There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you. Not doing well, don't know where you are, 'cause you're not here. It's been way too long. If I could lay down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you're safe and that I will see you soon. If I could lay down beside you, I would.
Hey, guys. How is everybody? Candalee, Justin for all. Grossi, hey, Nana, in your own opinion, do you think that the Summerwells case will ever be over and everything back to normal justice for Summer? Honey, I really, truly don't know. I'm almost afraid to even say at this point. Diana, hello. English Rose. Victoria Burgess. Justice is coming. Hello, Alpaca Maid. Glad you're here, sweetheart. Palm Patrol. V, hello, honey. Stacy. Spirit Mist. Miss Discovering Herself. Laylee, hello, guys. Miss Kirst. Suzanne, Dina Lynn. Shannon, how are you? Wise old lady. Cool Gamer. What are you doing, Cool Gamer? You're normally the first one in. It's okay, though. I'm just glad you're here. Hello, Gina. Suzanne Downing, if I didn't say hello to you. Sailor 75, Flip Flop, D Lucky, Bookworm, and Katie Ann. Hello, guys. Birdie's Crime Time. Hello, guys. Listen, I don't know how many people noticed. Did anybody, when y'all were looking at the document of Fred Hill's polygraph, did y'all see those little S's and V's beside their names? I'm almost 100% positive that specifically means victim and suspect. And you have to wonder, because everybody just assumes when it says, hang on, let me pull this up, and I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about. 2 minutes in, guys, we got over 100 people. Go out and hit the thumbs up, guys, please. Let's see what we got here. I want to show y'all something, because I have an odd outlook on things. But it says, hang on, let me get to the right one. On here, when it says, during an interview on an unrelated issue, Fred Hill displays knowledge of details of the death scene that had not been publicly released. Now, the thing about it is everybody assumes that was an interview he was having with the law enforcement. Could that interview that they're talking about right here have been the interview with Ziggy? Looky here. That's the interview date that Ziggy had with Fred. And, oh, can't see it on that one. Hang on a second. Let me get on over here. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, I did. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Looky here. 6/22. The same as Ziggy's interview. That's the activity date. That's when they pulled him in and said, hey, you evidently have knowledge of something that's been going on that you shouldn't know about. It says he displayed knowledge of details of the death scene that had not been publicly released. Fred has been interviewed and denies any knowledge of involvement, but agreed to go for the polygraph. Isn't that weird? Y'all think that could be what's going on? That it was Ziggy's interview they were talking about? Deborah Williams, what happened to Dawn extra phone that Candace had? It's proof in that extra phone that Tim Mullins has. Is he the higher up? I'm assuming Tim Mullins thinks he's a higher up. Don't make it true. Maybe in his mind. Sorry, guys, I put my glasses on. Yeah, the S in front of Fred's name. And the V is in front of Cotton's name throughout that whole document. Thank you to those who said hi already. I may have not seen everyone when I was off screen. Oh, it's okay. I think it might have been the interview with his drug charges. But the thing is why was it the same exact day as Ziggy's interview? That they pulled him in and arranged to give him a polygraph and told him, oh, you obviously know things that you shouldn't know, Fred. Let me also read, I'm going to read off a couple of things that popped into some people's heads or a person's head. Is there a possibility, because Cotton was found with lots of methamphetamine in his body, that maybe by some freak chance he took some of Fred's product and Fred got upset? Maybe that's why Fred knows more about the crime scene than he should. Maybe. Could S mean subject? Well, you would think it could, except for the fact that it says victim when it comes to Cotton. See, let me find it on here. Oh, up here. We know that Cotton's the victim. Where does it say on there that he's a victim? I know it does. But in any case, Cotton is the victim. No opinion was made. I mean, it can easily be looked up, guys. I could have swore it said victim on there. But in any case, Cotton is the victim. That would make Fred the suspect if they're questioning Fred about did he harm Cotton. Well, his family said it was an accident, and falling off a cliff isn't accidental, so didn't sound like he knew anything except saying Summer was at the waterfalls. But how would Fred know anything about the crime scene, even if it was an accident? How would Fred know anything about him falling off the cliff or whatever it was that Fred knew, if he wasn't there or didn't have something to do with it? In my opinion, I believe Chris and Trudy is the uppers Candace refers to. I don't believe that was the interview with Ziggy. I remember that Fred mentioned during his Ziggy video convo something, Ellie, that Cotton Simpson came up and they questioned him further about it. Well, I mean, we may not be right on that, but think about it. If Ziggy's interview was on the 22nd and the very same day Fred gets pulled in and they make arrangements for him to take a polygraph because during an interview he knew information he shouldn't have known, it's not that far-fetched to make a connection there, guys. And remember, he did get in trouble for that conversation he had with Zeke. I think he already had talked to them about Cotton before the phone call. You think so? No, I'm not talking about the phone call. I'm talking about the video visit she had with him. Math. Okay, discovering. Was it before or after the interview that day he was pulled in? Well, it was after the video that he got in trouble for the conversation on the video. Hey, Tracy. Fred thought Summers' remains had been found, so what does he know that we don't know? Right? Well, I mean, and think about this, guys. Everybody, after we found out that Cotton fell off that cliff, right? Everybody, well, pretty much everybody, started digging, trying to find anything that they could about Cotton Simpson and how he perished, right? Nobody could find anything except his obituary. How come it wasn't in the papers? How come it wasn't on the news? And if police were holding back information that they later say Fred knew information he shouldn't have known, that right there tells you that they think there was foul play in Cotton's death. If there wasn't, or if they didn't think there was foul play, it would have been put out in the public. It would have been put out on the newspaper, in the news. You know, elderly man of the community falls from cliff and perishes, especially on Valentine's Day. Think of the news articles they could have made out of that. Come on. There had to have been a reason they did not put this stuff out on the news. If they thought foul play was involved, would be a very good reason why they didn't allow it to be put out. And then for them to start suspecting Fred simply because he knew information nobody knew except them, sort of makes you really wonder, don't it? Fred says in the days after Summer went missing, Cotton said strange things about her, and he told Ellie. Well, I mean, I appreciate the thoughts and stuff, but don't really, I'm not trying to make a connection between Summer and Cotton right now. I'm trying to figure out what Fred knew that the law didn't want anybody else knowing about. Which, oh, wait a minute, would have been the whole thing, because Cotton's death wasn't even put out there except for an obituary. Come on, guys, nothing was put out there. There had to have been foul play. And getting to that, y'all don't find it very odd that Fred was given a polygraph test. That polygraph test lasted from 12:08 and ended at 3:22. That's a total of 3 hours and 14 minutes. He was given 3 questions besides your baseline questions and stuff, which is basically your name, your address, your age, that kind of stuff. You know, how many kids you've got, whatever. And then that's just to get a baseline of when you're telling the truth. Then they tell you to, we're going to tell you to lie about these things. And then they ask you a series of questions and, you're supposed to lie so they can get a baseline of when you're lying. But the main part of this, they ask him 3 questions. I'm telling y'all, I've took 2 lie detector tests in my life. It don't take 3 hours and 14 minutes. You combine the whole process together, and it still don't take 3 hours and 14 minutes. So what took 3 hours and 14 minutes for Fred to answer 3 questions? No, it says right in that it is not the real test. No, it says it's not the completed test. We didn't get all the questions. We got a summary, I believe. Well, a synopsis, yeah, and it says it's a synopsis that they basically paraphrased what was said, and that if you wanted the complete audio and video of what happened, then you can ask the examiner who retains the questionnaire or retains the audio and the video. Guys, I understand there's more than 3 questions. I just said that. I said they do the baselines, then they do the guilty knowledge. But what I'm saying is the 3 questions they put on that and put out for Fred, excuse me, we're not even supposed to have it, but for Fred, those 3 questions are very important. So I'm wondering what else was in there. What else were they asking him that took 3 hours to go over? How detailed did they get? Don't forget, Candace was messing around with cotton. That's what being going around on YouTube. Yeah, I know that's the rumor. One of the rumors going around on YouTube. Yeah, I'm sure they did ask more than 3 questions, and maybe I worded it wrong, okay? I'm just saying, with those being the 3 main questions that they literally put on the letter they sent to Fred, I'm wondering what I don't know how to word it. With those, did you see anybody harm Fred? Did you harm Fred? And did you harm Fred with somebody else? Or not Fred, I'm sorry, Cotton. Did you harm Cotton? Did somebody else harm Cotton? Did you harm Cotton with somebody else? So what else detailed did they go into asking him questions that took 3 hours? And like I say, guys, I've said it millions of times. My mother-in-law was murdered, and I had to sit through a lie detector test. So I know how long it takes. Trust me, it don't take 3 hours and 14 minutes to give or to receive a lie detector test for murder. Maybe Cotton heard something about Summer and went to check out and told someone he was going. He might have been pushed off. Could be Fred, or others could be setting Cotton up. There we go. Now we're getting on the right subject. I mean, obviously, Fred knew something pertinent to what was going on. I mean, he had to have. Sorry, that was a smart-ass snap, but it's true. Candace and supposedly Grandis got to take the polygraphs until they got it right. Why shouldn't Fred? His was inconclusive. Maybe he was just too upset by being in jail that he just couldn't, it just didn't work right. Right? Maybe he was upset because they were thinking he done something to Cotton. Maybe they should just keep coming back and giving him one until he passes. Someone said Cotton was bad about wandering on others' property drunk. Okay. What I don't understand is, why did the mail go to his sister's house or wherever it went, and his sister has it and Fred's in jail? Well, I don't think they're going to send it to the jail, because I get he probably had his mail sent to his mom and his mom's house where he was staying before he went to jail. Now that his sisters have control of that house, they probably got the mail out of the box. And although it has been said, and I don't know one way or the other, it has been said that he gave her permission to open that. That's why she opened it, which I don't believe she should have done anyways. But all Fred said was he fell off the cliff when it comes to his death. That doesn't sound like secret knowledge. Well, it would be, except for the fact that until Fred said it, did you know anything about Cotton Simpson even dying? If you lived in Rogersville, would you have known anything about him dying or how he died? Because the only thing anybody could find was his obituary, and it did not say how he died, where he died, or anything else. And if they were keeping that secret, not secret, protecting it, law enforcement was protecting it. If they were protecting that information, which obviously they were, anything that Fred said about Cotton's death would have been leaking information they didn't want leaked. Cotton could have said to Fred that he was going to let someone know. We just don't know. But strange things can happen. It's weird. A lot of people are firing around Summer's case. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Hello, Miss Sherry. On the interview with Z, he rocked back and forth to soothe himself. Very unsettling behavior. Right, and I do believe that there's a one of the behavioral panelists or somebody else that I've talked to that studies that says that that's a sign of something. That was the dude with the tattoos that were on his face. That was Morlock, wasn't it, you're talking about? Hey, Little Wing, how are you today, sweetheart? Irish Rebel, he's dead since February. I'm sure a lot of people have chattered among themselves since. But what about, honey? There was nothing out there to chatter about. It was just another old man that lived in the community, and his obituary was in the paper. Excuse me. That's what I'm saying. There was no news articles. There was no news stories. There was nothing let out about him passing. For all we know, he could have passed from a brain aneurysm or a stroke or, whatever. Nobody even knew he was at Laurel Falls when he died until Fred told it. So even just Fred saying that he was at Laurel Falls when he passed would have been Fred saying stuff that the public didn't know. In my opinion, even if it was an accident, Cotton falling off the cliff, it would have made the papers. I live around mountains and people fall all the time, and every single one makes the paper. Ellie was concealing information. Exactly. And Fred said Cotton said that about Summer in February, the same month he died. Very good point. I don't know. I just feel like Dawn was trying to set Fred up from day one. Hey, you'll go back and listen to my videos and my live streams and stuff. I said that too. I've said from the get-go that Fred would be the one to get set up for this. But who knows? I mean, if he knew about Cotton's death and nobody knew anything about it, and obviously that's true, then you have to go back and guess again. We studied that in depth as teachers. Ellie was always coming to faculty meetings, and taught us. Did the family share location with him? Evidently, someone said he had an autopsy which showed concerning things. Oh, I would love to see that autopsy report. Don't think things not be said just because you haven't heard them. Well, I'm not ignorant, honey. I don't think things aren't said. But if something is going to be in the newspaper, or if something's going to be on the news, on TV, and you go and look for it and can't find it, then you're pretty safe in saying, hey, it's not there. And it's not there for a reason. I'm not just saying, hey, I didn't hear it, so therefore it didn't happen. And I'm not the only person that looked for information on cotton. I heard right away on here that he fell off a cliff. I think his relative said it. And nobody's disputing that. People were on the phones 10 minutes after he was found. Are you a family friend or a relative? Do you live in that area? Do you know anything about it? Yes, we always hear about local people who get hurt, drownings, falls, and such, but nothing on cotton. That's weird. Exactly. Stacy, is there anybody in chat who lives there or lives around there or knew him? Is there anybody out there that knew the family that lives next to them? Anything? And the only reason I'm asking is so we can try to get some factual information out here, okay? Laurel Falls, that is the national park, or is this a different place? I don't believe it's a national park. I believe it's just a park that Hawkins County owns. I think Don suspected Fred, not tried to frame him. Fred Hill is the one that came out with all of this Cotton Simpson stuff, right? I think it's about Summer and why he said that. Bigger picture, and they allowed these questions out as a distraction. I'm wondering if Fred is trying to get time off, and maybe he did off cotton. Folks also do that self-soothing rocking when having drug or withdrawals, guys. They may have thought that was where Cotton got Dr. 777 at, since he had them in his system. I researched extensively for any information on his death, and I know I'm not the only one who did. Right. I mean, come on, guys. I even spoke with Ryan Hikes for Dave, and he had looked and tried to find something on Cotton Simpson and how he died in the fall and all that. He couldn't even find it. Not that that's any more important than anybody else. I'm just saying it is that wide span that people are looking, and nobody could find it. DNC have denied knowing Cotton, right? Well, has Dawn actually? Because Candace said she didn't know him, but has Dawn said he didn't know him? Didn't they say they were all hanging out together the night before Summer went missing? He started rocking back and forth when he started talking about Cotton and Summer, just saying. Hey, Bob G. From what I'm gathering, very few people think Cotton had anything to do with Summer's disappearance. Like I said yesterday, guys, that I received a comment on one of my videos, a person that knew Cotton personally, and they had nothing but good things to say about him. I thought they did say that he had some pretty rotten friends, though. I thought Cotton's family just said it was an accident, not anything about him falling off a cliff. And I'm sure if L.E. told them, which I don't think so, they wouldn't say anything to interfere in an investigation. Exactly. Hi, Danny H. If he can't afford an attorney, he could be able to plead his case publicly like the rest of the nation. The secrecy breeds fears for locals. I am within an hour of Hawkins County. Yes, I am. Moonshine Girl knows the family. Moonshine Girl, you are more than welcome to jump up here if you would like to. I would be happy and very grateful if you would jump on panel. I don't even think Don believes Cotton Guy did it. Was Cotton his real name? People call my sister Cotton growing up because her hair was so white. No, his name was Roy Lynn Simpson. I don't know what that alarm was, but it was awful loud. Um, Moonshine Girl, I'm going to drop a link for you to come up if you would like to. I would be so grateful if you would. Like I said, all I'm looking for is reality, truthful reality. How convenient it is to blame the dead man. Yep. Transparency is important. That doesn't mean an investigation is being compromised. That's the purpose of pressure or pressers. Don named how many people were as suspects, but never heard Cotton in the beginning. Right? Moonshiner was in here. She said she knows the family. Yeah, I know she was in here. That's who we were talking to earlier. Where did the rumor start that Summer's clothes were in Fred's outside washing machine? If true, could someone have put them there to frame Fred? I've got a comment about that. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Let me read this to y'all. I'm not going to say who this is from. Just this is a theory, guys. So please don't take it as fact. It says, not sure if you're going to do a live on Fred Hill's polygraph, but I have a theory. This will probably be long, but here it goes. Chad Arnold witnessed Candace walking down Fred's driveway. So Candace had to go up Fred's driveway and on the property for what reason? Fred has made the statement that he felt as if he was being set up. Now Fred's sister is commenting about a backpack being left on Fred's property with math paraphernalia and clothes in the washer. Did Candace leave that on Fred's property? Is Summers' little self, I don't want to say it, guys, on Fred's property? My thinking, most of us have been told CPS was returning on June 15th. We know Dawn did not want a third strike and going to prison for life. Most agreed Dobbs was being set up for something, a scapegoat, something. That did not work out, and everyone knows how Don despises the math dealer on the hill. What better way to get rid of the math dealer, Don's competition, than to frame said math dealer for Summer's red rum? Now my theory on Cotton. I have several. Either Cotton was talking and telling all holler secrets regarding Summer, or all the activities in the holler. Could be possible Cotton did do something to Summer, or as Fred said, Cotton was talking crazy. You have to wonder if Cotton did say he did something to Summer. Did that lead to Fred or Don offing Cotton? Odd, Cotton's accident was never in the paper or on the news. Basically, Fred and Cotton's family said Cotton had an accident. Where's the public report? Where's the police report? Who found Cotton? Why has nothing been said about Cotton until Fred goes to jail? All of this is my opinion and probably the thoughts of a crazy person. Anyway, sorry so long. And one more thing. It had been revealed Cotton died of a blunt force trauma to the head. All I can think about is Don stating Summer was probably beat with a hammer. And on another occasion, Summer was supposedly hit with a hammer. Sorry, I just thought that was a good theory or thought, and I wanted to share it. Hello, Kenneth. Wish I had a way I could talk to you. Cotton was my best friend. He was my first cousin. I don't think he'd ever do anything like that. We're stuck at talk to you. Honey, you name it, and I will give you a way to talk to me other than putting my phone number in chat. I would be more than happy, or you're more than welcome to come up on panel. I can give you my email address, and then you can email me, and I can give you my phone number. That way, I mean, other than that, I'm not sure, but I would love to speak with you. If you want to come up on panel, Kenneth, you are more than welcome to. I will drop the link again, and you're more than welcome to come up on panel. I'm feeling DW and CW will try to set up Fred for summer. Yep. Like I said, that was my original thoughts. Hang on one second, guys. It wasn't nothing. It was a scam. When the family said an accident happened, you would ask what happened. He fell off a cliff. Simple. It's just weird that Cotton died in February, Summer come up missing in June. No. You got that backwards, honey. Summer come up missing in June 2021. Cotton passed February 14th of 2023. My phone was no, my phone wasn't singing to me. That's my ringtone. Kenneth, if you're still in here, hon, I would be more than happy to give you a email address if you don't feel comfortable coming on the panel. I really wish you would come on panel, though. What if Ellie told family to say it was an accident? That's very possible. I mean, what wasn't it in Hawkins County that they told that one family, don't talk about your mom or whatever it was, and she had been done away with, and they told them don't talk about it because they didn't want social media ruining the case or whatever it was. Yes, they found it in his system, but listen, I mean, we all watch detective shows and cop shows and all that stuff. We all know, guys, that there's plenty of ways that stuff can be put in somebody's system. The person that just messaged me, can you find more information on that age and all that? Oh, right here. A hot shot is meant to unalive someone. What if Cotton's family is like, look, we don't want any problems here. This is dangerous. Well, evidently, this was his cousin that was just in here. I think it was an accident. He had been rescued before during the wildfires. Cassie, that would not be public record, only available to the family and police. Hello, Robin. I'm telling you, Law let these questions out for a reason. Why did he say Summer was in those falls is the question. Maybe the family never said anything how Cotton passed and media never put out to the public for a reason. Maybe the blunt force trauma to the head was the information that Fred knew about. I don't remember him saying that in the interview with Ziggy, though. Remember the guy that was found deceased at Sensabaugh Tunnel a few months ago? That was reported on the news before it was determined it was a homicide. Yeah, thank you, Bob. Exactly. I agree. I think he was high out of his mind and fell. Guys, from my understanding, when you do math, your senses are heightened. It doesn't make you dizzy or sleepy, or you are more active and more I can't think of the word. Your senses are on high alert. So I can't imagine somebody taking it and then, you know, staggering down the trail and accidentally fall like you would if you say you were drunk or something. Regardless, even if the test didn't stream from Ziggy's interview, he told them something he shouldn't have known. Exactly, Kathy. Thank you. Yeah, it makes them more alert. Yeah. It makes you hyper. I think he walked that trail many times and knew the slippery spots as well as less frequent hikers. Thank you, Danny. Yes. Cotton possibly knew and had to be muted. That was something somebody else said, that maybe he was planning on, he had learned something. Maybe it was, instead of the way Fred said it, and I'm not trying to put something on Fred that's not there, but I'm just saying, Fred said that Cotton had said something to him about Summer this and Summer that. Maybe it was the other way around. Maybe Fred said something to Cotton, and then Cotton said, "Oh, I'm going to tell." And maybe somebody took care of it. Math makes you see things that aren't there. He easily could have slipped. A little off the topic, but Nana was wondering if you could do a show of all the people who deceased during this case. The list is growing. Plant Diva, honey, the video I literally just put out before the live stream has got a list of everybody that I've gathered so far, and it asks for people to comment in the comment section any corrections that need to be made. If you have names that I do not have, there's a couple of people on there. And listen, I'm not saying that these people who are deceased have a direct connection to Summer or her disappearance, but they are directly or indirectly connected to people involved with the case. So if everybody will check that video out and help me with information, I would greatly appreciate it. We need to find out when these people passed, how they passed, what the problem was, and we do need to find out what their direct connection to whomever was. If that makes sense to you all. I am working on that, Plant Diva. I'm a recovering math addict and I never fell off a cliff, LOL. Well, I do live in Florida. Well, that would be a good reason why you didn't, but thank you for your input, and I agree with you 100%. They're hyper focused, yes. Paranoid, yes. Cotton was 59. I thought he was older than 59. They stay awake for days, yes. It makes you stay focused according to the military. Yes, because the military was the first ones to start using it. They used to give it to our soldiers to make them stay awake for days on end. Don tried to set up Fred and also Dudley. He always blames people. They need to have those eyes on Candace and Don. Guys, I want to show you this picture. I don't know who's seen it and who hasn't, but it's just strange. I'm not sure when he posted it. I'm sure it's been just in the last little while. But if anybody has a clue what Don is trying to say, if anything at all, I'd like to know what it is. That right there. The mountain just over the tanker is Chimney Top, where Summer was lived. Photo taken from Kingsport by Donnie Wells himself. No, Chimney Top was where she lived, but I know it's close. But why would he just, that's a random picture to throw out there. Come on, don't mess up on me now. If Ellie thought Cotton's death was a homicide, that would have been made big news around here. Why did Ellie hold that information? Ellie is using that information for a reason. Could it be Summer? Yes, I believe it could be. Oh my word, Plant, I want to know the same thing. I think there's 19 or 20 people on that list already. Math puts you in different reality and you see and hear things that aren't there, like shadow people and some demons. I've never heard anybody, and I've known a few people to do it. I've never heard anybody say that. Not saying it's not true, just didn't Fred's polygraph say Fred was aware of the death scene the public has no knowledge of? Yes, it did. But evidently, according to half these people, they're saying that's not abnormal. But yeah, the law enforcement says that Fred had knowledge of the scene and he shouldn't have. First, Don blames Dudley. Why not blame Candace? She was with Summer, the last one with Summer. Exactly. He said, she said, Chinese whisper, fiction from fact. We know nothing, and it has been 26 months, long months, going into 27, way too long without Summer. I see you. Finally, a voice of reason. Oh no. I didn't know that. Wow. Thank you so much. Yeah. I don't think math acts like that in your system. You are usually more super strength, heightened senses than loose goosey. Exactly. Is there any nurses or anybody in here? Was strange how they referred to Cotton as a victim. Yes, it is. Blunt force only means that the head wasn't cracked or penetrated. I did watch it, that quiet of, but people that have died since Summer went missing. Yeah. What was your question, Katie Ann? Please note, Don has always protected FH. Why? Sleepless. So many shady people surrounding this case. I would hate to be law enforcement having to deal with it. Me too. Hey, we're YouTubers and we hate dealing with it. Stacy B, have you ever seen someone on that? And is a heavy user? Can I say I have? I have. 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 I have A family member's death was declared blunt force death. She fell getting out of the shower. Yes, but toaster oven. Did everybody keep it a secret? Did law enforcement keep it out of the newspaper and out of the public's eye? And then accuse somebody else of knowing about it when they shouldn't have. Helen F., don't read too much into that either way. Regardless, he is a victim because he died either of a tragic accident or a homicide. Thank you, Justin. He drank a lot on his mouth too. How do we know, Justin? Summer's case is bigger than anyone knows. Everyone in this case surrounding Summer is being knocked off. Don't let the person come up on your panel. Talk to that person in private. If I have no way to talk to that person in private, then I have to find a way to get a hold of them or make contact with them. It is in mind-altering drug. But the thing about it is, it don't matter because evidently Kenneth left after I tried to get him to come up on panel, so it may not have even been the true person. If you believe Candace, she was last one with her, but I don't particularly believe that. I don't either. Prissy. Okay, Prissy Missy. Can you give us the indications of what happens to a person in their body when they do math? I will be looking for your comment. You don't rat out your dealer. Okay, that's not to the question. Yes, I have close family. I'm not clicking off of her comment, guys, because I'm just trying to, so I don't lose who she is. Prissy Missy, would you be willing to come up on panel? Look, guys, I'm not trying to force anybody to do something they don't want, but we're needing actual factual answers to certain questions. And unless we talk to actual people who hold a degree in that area, we're never going to get any factual answers. Serial boomer. Nowadays, they smoke the meth, and it's actually the chemicals that make them hallucinate. Old math was like a long ride on coke. Oh, Lord, that did not come out right. I was trying to keep from saying that, but oops. I'm sorry, guys. No, but she wasn't a topic of YouTube. They might have wanted to keep the drama down. There seems to be no rhyme or reason with any of this anymore. You're so right. That holler is beginning to ooze its vile secrets. One by one, they all have secrets that are beginning to ooze. Yes, discovering. I know. I didn't mean to say that. I was just trying to keep from saying the other thing, and that was the next thing closest to that word, and it just popped out. I live in Cock County, okay? Are you someone love in a DV situation? Please get help. Domestic violence hotline number. Thank you, Robin. 1-800-799-7233. TM. Nana's Angels, I'm behind on your stream. You asked what Fred said that Ellie had said was cause for the polygraph. They stated Fred described the crime scene, which was not public. Right. Also, there were more than 3 questions. I understand that. I worded what I was trying to say wrong. Okay, my experience. Math affects everyone differently. Some people function normally, just hyper and focused. Some see things that are not there. Some get paranoid and hide inside. Most do seem to be hypersexual. Well, okay. We're not trying to get people on the stuff, prissy missy. We could have left out the last part there. I'm playing with you, hun. Thank you for your answer. I never thought it couldn't be said hearing the M word. Sorry. Oh, it's okay. It's fine, Tim. You're fine. We have a IHOP on Cox Road, that is, but everybody around here thinks it's funnier just to say IHOP on Cox. All righty. Ha ha ha, I might need that. Yeah, that's what I was saying. We're not trying to encourage it here. I don't know. Discovering was asking that just earlier. It says, not as angels, can we request the polygraph information with a FOA request? I'm not sure. We could sure give it a try. Hello. Don't tell me you're needing some of that stuff too. Hello?
Hello.
Are you there?
I think so, but I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Is everybody else having a hard time hearing me?
It's probably just me. I have you on my phone.
Oh, turn your phone up.
It is all the way up.
For a guy pooping up rat poisoning, it doesn't make sense. Well, yeah, true. Of course, then again, if somebody was going to do that, I don't think you could count on anything. Would you be surprised who uses from lawyers on down? No, I wouldn't be surprised, honey. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I gotta mute out for a minute. I gotta let the pooch out.
Okay. The polygraph info via FOIA would be redacted or be the same as what was already shown today or to us. Yeah, but guys, that's the thing. It wasn't shown to us. It was not for our eyes to even see. Yeah, not during an open investigation. That's if it's still open. Well, I'm sure it is. Okay, anything any better? Did you turn off your YouTube?
Yeah, I turned it off. Anyway,
Yeah.
I asked if that Kenneth Moody was in chat still. I didn't see that he replied, but maybe he can get a hold of you through Messenger.
Yeah, that would be great. I wonder if he's got a messenger. And I'll contact him.
Yeah, that'd be nice to speak to someone who knew him.
Yeah. Birdie says, my point is, I can't say that right this minute. I know how to say it, but I can't say it this minute. Are prescribed for ADD, focus, and inattention. Adderall is that, and Ritalin is methamphetamine, both Schedule 2s. Exactly, but they are prescribed to cause people to actually focus. They've got the blue pills. Lord of mercy. Get these people off on the wrong topic and you'll never stop. Both of my sons were math additions. The things they have went through is horrible. Yes.
Well, hey, so I was trying to update on, I was going over Ziggy's video, and
okay.
I heard Fred say to her, they found cotton by the cave. Did I hear that wrong?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. Guys, did y'all hear that wrong? Or did she hear that wrong?
And then it kind of meshed into what he was speaking of summer.
Seacare says she can't hear you.
I'm right by my phone. I've got it up by my ear. Hold on. Let me disconnect. I'll try to get on my tablet and see if that's better. Give me a few
Okay.
minutes.
Okay, guys, she's going to come right back. You would have to re-listen to it and make sure. Yeah, me too. I don't remember that well, not that whole interview. I watched all of Fred Hill's stuff from Ziggy. There's a few things I didn't catch first time around. Jesus. Let me move this away from the computer. It's my tablet and it's going off. Sorry guys, I get all kinds of information during okay, it can cause rapid heart rate, increased blood pressure, increased respiratory rate, elevated body temperature, insomnia, anxiety, paranoia, aggression, and violence, cardiovascular issues such as stroke or heart attacks, tremors, convulsions, and death. Imagine that. Um, oh, yeah, that would make more sense discovering. Just a side thought, guys, just a side thought. Maybe Fred, like what was said earlier, but that maybe Cotton, and I'm not trying to put something on Cotton that's not there, okay? I'm just saying. Maybe Fred took care of Cotton because Cotton may have stole something from him, some of his product, and Fred's putting it out there saying that Cotton did the thing with Summer because if he got caught for it, it would be more humane to have done away with a pedo than a thief for taking your illegal product. That's a good point. I mean, not saying anybody's guilty of anything, but that's all we have to go on, guys, right now is theories. We get a little tidbit of damn information, and instead of the law enforcement coming in, which they don't have to, and I'm not saying they do, but instead of them stepping up and saying, okay, guys, don't go off the deep end here. These are the facts as we can give them to you right now. Instead of them doing that, they just let everybody run wild with all the thoughts and theories and what ifs and what could be's, and it would just be a whole lot easier if they would just give us rule some things out. At least they don't have to tell us nothing, but tell us what it's not. I wonder if Summer got into Candace's Beth. Maybe the person who the night before made him say something about Cotton. Maybe that's what it was about. Maybe the person that got a hold of him, that was what it was about Cotton and Cotton slipping off that cliff. We can infer and speculate on money involved since robbed was mentioned. Okay. I feel a lot if Ellie would come out to explain some things. Exactly. And how could it hurt the case? It could not hurt the case if they would tell us what it's not, or at least some of what it's not. I mean, as far as Summers' case, in Summers' case, couldn't they say, okay, guys, we have figured out that half of Hawkins County has been ruled out. Half of Hawkins County, we know for a fact, did not contribute to Summers' disappearance. We're still trying to cover the other half, though. I mean, something to that effect. Yes, I know I'm exaggerating, but I mean, come on. He still says everybody's still a suspect. And guys, I am going to be doing a video on that case that Ronnie, I don't know if you would say he stars in it, but the when murder comes to town, our season 5 episode 9, I'm going to do a video on that case where Ronnie's the star of the show. And I tell y'all, the real detective that worked that case, I'm wondering if Ronnie didn't have a little extracurricular activities going on when that man was conceived, because that detective could pass for Ronnie Lawson about 30 years ago. He looks just like Ronnie Lawson. Just like him. And I'm talking about the real detective that works for Hawkins County. Looks just like Ronnie Lawson. Glasses and all. Bald head and all. I think this case is huge, and I am thinking Ellie is holding things close to the chest in order to preserve the integrity of the case. But Plant Diva, that's what we've heard for 26 months on Summers' case. Are we now to believe that they have that kind of integrity again on Cotton's case? The public had a right to know there was or is a unaliver out there and possibly dangerous. What the hell? Yeah, they do. Ellie may not want to let the guilty know what's off the table. Yeah, there you go. I couldn't think of the word. An illegitimate son and detective following in old dad's footsteps. No, I'm serious, guys. Y'all need to go check him out. His name is Sturgill, I think. It's Ken, Sturgill. He looks just like Ronnie Lawson. If Ronnie Lawson was about 30 years younger. Of course, I mean, that Ken dude has to be in his 40s. But Ronnie is 70-something, ain't he? Nana Ellie obviously has some info that no one would know but the person who took her. They cannot release anything because of this. Wouldn't you want this for Summer's sake so she can be found? I do, Debbie. But the plain and simple fact is, I'm not saying they have to come out. Okay, put it this way. We know more than likely it's got something to do with somebody in the Beach Creek community, right? Or in Ben Hill community. Rule out, say 5 miles down the damn road. Start ruling out those people. Just because you rule people out does not tell the perpetrator who they're actually looking at. If you have 5 people in that small group that could possibly be a perpetrator, rule everybody else out. And the strange thing, and I know I say this all the time, but the strange damn thing about it is it seems it's awful damn funny that Hawkins County, specifically Summerwell's case, is the only case that has ever been protected, so guarded, so carefully and protected, and have to withhold so much information just to solve the case that 26 months later they still ain't solved it. In all these other kids' cases, Information has come out. People have been ruled out. People have been picked up and put in jail. It seems awful funny. Summer's the only case that they can't peep a word about nothing. Are you telling me the whole of Hawkins County is completely involved in the disappearance of Summer Wells? That this big, huge ring that they're trying to take down involves the whole of Hawkins County? Because no other reason would they have to hide everything that securely. I'm sorry about the coughing, guys. I get agitated when it comes to Summer's case. And I understand law enforcement have to keep things close to them. They can't tell everything they know. And they can't give away secrets or something that might, like with Fred. Fred gave out information that the public shouldn't know. I understand that's how they're going to catch whoever did this to Cotton. But there's so much that they could rule out and stop all the theories and the assumptions and everything that's going on, especially on YouTube. But all they want to do, instead of giving us anything to work with or to rule out, all they want to do is sit around and criticize the people on YouTube. And we're not just talking about the creators. When they criticize the creators, they're criticizing the subscribers, the viewers, everybody. Because whether y'all believe it or not, without the people that are watching the creators, YouTube wouldn't exist. True crime genre would not exist. Cough drop in the mouth, guys, so don't think I'm sitting here munching on something. It's hard to have any accountability when there is crickets as SOP of Tennessee. Supposedly Fred was attacked in jail. He will snitch to save himself. Well, there was somebody who looked up the bruises that he showed Ziggy, and they are consistent with being given life-saving action, CPR. So, Ellie won't share anything at this point until guilty parties are arrested, in my opinion, even if remains are found and are Summers. I doubt Ellie will share, in my opinion, until people are in cuffs. Info spreads fast, whisper game. And again, I'm not asking them to tell us anything important. Just tell us who it isn't. They don't have to get down to the nitty gritty and say, "Oh, Jody Sue Brown has been cleared. Fred Hill has been cleared. Sharfie has been cleared." I'm not asking for that specific of an account. I'm just asking, hey, rule out the whole of Beach Creek. Just leave Ben Hill. There's enough people on Ben Hill that we could still keep guessing for another year. But at least it would rule out. I mean, like they said, there was no abduction. Right? They don't think she walked off. I get passionate. I get mad about this. Hey, Sonia. I'm glad you're here listening, hun. Would a fall be considered blunt force? Yes, it would. If he fell and hit his head on a rock or a stump or even the ground, because the clay mud in this area gets so hard and compacted that if you hit your head hard enough, yes, it would be considered blunt force trauma. But they have to figure out what caused the blunt force trauma. Was it somebody hit him with something, or did he hit his head on something? Is it just me, or does anybody else wonder if Fred died going through withdrawal and they shocked him back and he just thought somebody? No, I do not think that. Discovering. I don't know about where you live, But in Tennessee, if you are on drugs and you are took into the jail, you're arrested and put in jail, they ask you, are you an addict? I mean, they use other words, but are you an addict? And if you are, you tell them what your drug of choice is, blah, blah, blah. They proceed to get you into a medical program so that you are either put on methamphetamine, or not methamphetamine, methadone, or you're put on Suboxone. And up until you get put into their clinic, their program, as long as you have your prescription, if you're already on the program, as long as you have your prescription, your family can bring your medication to the jail. They will give it to you. If it's an illegal substance, the nurse will prescribe you something to ease your problem until you can get in the program. They're not going to let you sit there and die from DTs. They're not. Hawkins County might want the confusion running rampant. That way, their dirty secrets fly under the radar. Lawson was able to keep his POS son hidden and protected, right? That's more than likely true, honey. I mean, I agree with you 100%. That don't mean I have to like it. YouTube is way behind on the Summer Wells case. The person that took Summer is not on YouTube. They aren't sharing info to YouTube. Is that why Tim don't have a channel? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that? I shouldn't have said that. Had the media ask where prison food money has gone, or opioid lawsuit money oversight, many affected by pharmaceutical, but did it trickle down to the fund service? Nana, do you actually think Fred would actually admit to Ellie that he's an addict? Yeah. If you don't admit it anywhere else, when you go to jail, you tell them the truth. Because if not, your ass is going to be sitting in there going through DTs. When you know damn well that if you admit to it, they will give you medication to keep you from going through DTs. Yes, they do admit it. Did opioid money fund any prisoner services? The people affected? I don't know, but I know my son looked it up a while back, and there was all kinds of money allocated to all the surrounding areas. But Hawkins County, I believe it was Hawkins or Sullivan County, both got the most money given to them from the government. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars to be allocated to drug rehab programs. Do you notice any new drug rehab programs going up anywhere? Anybody? Where'd all that money go? Thank you, Dynamite. You don't withdraw from math. It is a beautiful area. Yes, it is. Not in my county jail, I'm telling you. But they also have drugs inside the prison. Just Samantha, I'm not being a smart aleck, but have you been to jail lately? And are you addicted? And if either one of those you say yes, then okay, I believe you. If you say no to those, then how do you know that they don't do that in your jail? Because I know of at least 4 counties surrounding me where they absolutely make sure that the person is took care of so they don't croak in the jail. Because guess what? There's an awful lot of red tape when a prisoner croaks in jail. I worked in detox unit before I went into critical care. Meth addicts usually just sleep unless they drink and use other drugs. Then they are medicated if in withdrawal. If you don't use it, you just sleep for days. Thank you, Bob. Well, I don't know anything about jail because I've never been nor ever did any drugs besides weed, and I don't consider it a drug because it's naturally grown herb. Yes, you can die from withdrawals if it is alcohol or benzos or opioids. They do in Delaware, yeah. I don't believe Fred was brought back. His injury marks were mid-chest. From what I can remember, that is not where the placements of the pads go. No, but when you're doing the compressions, that is where your hands go, honey. When you're giving CPR. Unfortunately, all my friends are dead, in jail, or on a program. Okay. That's all I was asking, sweetheart. You can die from opioid withdrawals. Yes, you can. Discovering, could you please take the time and look up, can you die from opioid withdrawals? And if I'm wrong, I will personally apologize to Dynamite. They don't write articles all the time on accidental deaths. Read your coroner's report. On something that big, though, they would more than likely write a report on that or do a story on it. When you go to jail in Tennessee and you are on drugs, they do a detox protocol. They usually give you clonidine. Yes, thank you, Kathy. Prolonged CPR, CA cause rug like burns at the sternum site and hand placement. Thank you, Stacy. And benzos and booze is only thing I can die from withdrawals. Really, people? Okay, well, let me just put it this way. The doctors seem to think that you can, or in Tennessee, they believe that, okay? The only withdrawals I know that anybody can die off of is alcohol and benzos, and I was on alcohol as well. Narcan, for example, is a medication that can help people who are overdosing on an opioid. Well, if you're overdosing, wouldn't that mean that, you're going to croak? You see that Hawkins County is looking for money to improve Bays Mountain. They literally run your sternum so hard it's painful it will bruise. Honey, when you do CPR, if you're doing it correctly, more than likely you'll break one or two ribs. You meant you can die from withdrawals, yeah. I have a spammer in chat. Opioid withdrawal complications. Opioid withdrawal isn't typically life-threatening, but if you have other health conditions, the effects can lead to serious problems. Okay, listen up, guys. Yes, people can die from opioid withdrawal. It is generally thought that opioid withdrawal is unpleasant but not life-threatening, but death can and does occur. The complications of withdrawal are often underestimated and monitored inadequately. The opioid withdrawal syndrome is often characterized as a flu-like illness, subjectively severe but objectively mild. Signs and symptoms include dysphoria, insomnia, pulmonary dilation, something other reaction, yawning, muscle aches. Lord, half this stuff I can't even read. Nausea, fever, sweating, vomiting, and diarrhea. How can someone die during opioid withdrawal? The answer lies in the final two clinical signs persisted above: vomiting and diarrhea. Persistent vomiting and diarrhea may result in untreated in dehydration, hypothermia. It's not hypothermia, it's hypo something or other else. Elevated blood sodium levels and resultant heart failure. People can and do die from opioid withdrawal, and all such deaths are preventable given appropriate medical management. It is essential that clinical management programs are put into place routinely in jails, prisons, and other faculties where withdrawal is likely in order to avert those avoidable deaths. And for the people who are going to say, where'd that come from? Where'd that come from? Discovering, sorry. She didn't give me that part of it. Alcohol Research Center, something was above that, but it says Alcohol Research Center. And it goes on. Okay, it goes. She said she already answered my question before I could ask it. National Drug and Alcohol Research Center, the UNSW in Sydney. National Drug and Alcohol Research Center. Yep. Told y'all. Oh, no, they got them, Nana. Got who, hun? Oh, okay. The spammer. Okay. Thank you, babe. He's cooked spam now. Good. Respiratory and cardiac failure. Yeah. And then see, the thing about it is that everybody wants to put Tennessee down, but hey, at least Tennessee realizes there's a problem there. And they really do, guys. At least the counties around me, they make sure that anybody coming in that addiction, they get the medication and the medical treatment that they need, so they don't. And I'm sure it's only for the jail's own benefit, but they at least make sure people don't drop dead from DTs in their jail. Yeah. Well, we're talking about when you're not taking them, Alicia. Oh, yes, you can. Part was not supposed to be in my comments section. Yeah, that's true. Ronnie Lawson said there's not a drug problem in his county, so he probably wouldn't implement those programs in his jail. Fentanyl is an opioid. It is a pain medication. And it's given to you. If you have any major surgeries, guys, you get fentanyl. That's what they give you when you wake up from your surgery. At least it's what they supposedly gave me when I woke up from my surgery. Like I told them, I ain't never took fentanyl before in my damn life, but if that's what it does for you, y'all need to throw it out the damn back door and give me something for the pain. But what happened was they replaced my pain medication with saline water and then tried to inform me they gave me pain medication when they really didn't. I woke up screaming in pain. And that was in Denver, guys. Denver, Colorado. I pray they bust him next. The entire prison system is intended to be rehabilitative. True. Not always is, but typically is the key word, yes. I'm also confused by these videos of Ellie touching fentanyl and needing Narcan. Yeah, and you're a nurse, right, Baby Diamond? You're a nurse. That was, I forget what my daughter, I think it was my daughter or my son one was telling me the other day that there was something. You see all these videos where cops are just touching it and they drop dead. But yet the other day, supposedly, they ingested it somehow or another, and it never even affected these cops. Now, if the other videos of people dropping dead or the cops touching it and dropping dead, and then you've got a bunch of cops over here that literally ingest it, however it was they ingested it, and it never even affected them, don't you think their bosses need to be doing some P-tests pretty soon? Because if them assholes didn't get affected by ingesting fentanyl, you know they're taking it on a regular basis. But really, do they drop dead when you just touch it? Serial Burmer said, I can say alcohol. DTs from the alcohol used to have an unaliving percentage of approximately 70%. My father-in-law was a alcoholic, and every time he went into the vet's hospital to have any kind of work done, they had to send him through 2 weeks of detox, and it was bad. Justice for all, you are very respected, so please ditch your Cash App banner when speaking about Summer. It's offensive. You appear to be blatantly begging for. No, he doesn't. When at the same time you berate Candace for the same. Well, sorry, I didn't know what that said, Justin, before I started reading it. They offered it to Don when he was in jail. Anonymous. So who's this anonymous? Nona, I was diagnosed with FLD from long-term opioid prescription use. I am drug-free for 14 years. I was born with spina bifida occulta, tethered spine cord. I would love to hear more about that because my son was born with spina bifida occulta. Did they help Laura while she was doing 40 days? I'm sure they did. Don't think it's made in China and Mexico, fentanyl mixed with poisons. Fentanyl is the drug of choice here, and meth also, of course. It won't hurt you if you touch it. Only care of fentanyl. This is why EMS laughs at the police who freak out and then Narcan others and themselves. Okay, 24, but what about all these videos you see where the police officers drop dead, literally? I mean, I'm sorry, I don't believe it either, but that has to be some strong fentanyl for you just to touch it and literally 2 seconds later you drop dead. That's some, what was it? I can't think of his name. It was a stupid movie on TV making fun of 007, you know. My very first patient was 30 years old, alcoholic woman. She just could not stop drinking and had horrible DTs. She died after 3 days. Oh, geez. I mean, serious alcohol withdrawal, fevers of 104 and 105, seizures that require Valium IVs every couple hours to control them. I've seen several unalive from DTs. Gracie, back when he was doing the interview with Ziggy, he showed that supposedly somebody had tried to unalive him the day before or something like that, and that the officers had to do chest compressions on him to bring him back. And I'm still trying to figure out how they almost broke his wrist doing that. But anyways, they almost broke his wrist while they were trying to save his life, he says. And we were discussing why his heart may have stopped to begin with. Somebody was saying that did we think that it could have been from a drug where he was going into DTs from not having drugs? Fentanyl cannot be readily absorbed through the skin, nor can you overdose on fentanyl by touching or a doorknob or a dollar bill. Ellie always Narcans people who are unconscious, in my opinion, and overuse it. They don't even consider diabetic emergency. It's ridiculous and rather annoying, in my opinion. There was a meme that I shared. I don't know if I shared it on my community post or not, but it said something. It was around here. It says there's a guy laying in a car, and he's got a sign laying on his chest, and it says, you know, hold up, I'm just taking a nap. Don't Narcan me. And that's about the truth of it. They see anybody with their eyes closed laying back in public and they just Narcan them. I have asked him direct, but he ignores. Sorry to address it here. Well, I understand you want answers, honey, but to berate a creator in my chat or on my panel is not appropriate. Justin has his own way of doing things. He has his own reason for doing things, and he has his own reason for saying what he says about Dawn and Candace. I know you like him. Pretty much everybody likes Justin. But I will say for him, and don't take it, he's not saying it, I am, but I'll say it for him. If you like him, you can't just pick and choose the parts you like. You either like him for all of him, or you don't like him for one or two little things. And in that case, just stop watching his channel if you feel that grave about it. If you cannot tolerate the fact that he runs a Cash App, don't watch his channel. I mean, that you have one or two choices. Just like a woman with a man that's a piece of crap. You have one or two choices. Put up with his damn bullshit or leave him. Lord, I'm way behind. Way behind. Um, True, Heather Lynn. I tried a 25 milligram for headaches. I ripped that off so fast. If you have low tolerance, it's way tolerance strong. He was prescribed 72 hours. They told us we would get a severe headache. And I'm jumping in half through the conversations, I guess. I enjoyed his content, but it's offensive that he runs that banner. I thought he was a leader of Summer's Army, not a cash cow. He's not a cash cow. Let me ask you something. I mean, I don't think he's a millionaire or nothing, but Justin doesn't come across to me as somebody who needs to beg for money. Obviously, this YouTube thing has become more serious to him than it was in the beginning, and it is a full-time job. I can attest to that. And the ads that YouTube puts on there does not pay what they should, and they don't pay as much as they did 2 years ago. So it's the same as supplementing your income. You don't have to give or donate if you don't want to. But he's doing a job, and he deserves to be paid for that job. On Candace, the other hand, what's Candace doing? Except gathering money. She's not doing research. She's not entertaining you. She's not being informative. She's not day and night giving you information on things that you're wanting to know about. Candace should have other things that she should be worried about right now besides gathering money. Like I said, I'm not trying to bitch at you because this is your channel just as much as it is mine. I've always said that. I'm not saying any differently. I'm just saying don't come over here trying to put anybody, but especially another creator, on the spot while they're in my chat. Please don't do that. That's just not the way to get your point across. And it's not the way to have a civilized discussion, doing it in front of everybody. Trying to call him out in front of everybody and expecting that you're going to get a good return on your conversation. In my opinion, people work hard on their research, creating, editing videos, and I think they should post their Cash App because they work for it. But I don't like the ones that constantly beg and guilt trip for mine. Borrowed Angel says, Heather Lynn, I have a friend that watches you too. I'll watch for you unless you have a set time. Plus, it's none of your business, period. I would assume you're talking to the person I was just, I'm not buying it. Okay. I apologize, but it seems like many people are cashing in on this Bubba. That is true. But creators, it kills me when people holler all the time that the creators are cashing in. There are people like Justin or people like me. Every once in a blue moon, I might run my Cash App across the bottom of my screen during like game night. Or if I know that I'm not going to be putting ads or monetizing a video, I will do it. But for the most part, because there are so many people out there that want to criticize creators, I don't do it. Not to mention the fact that I would still do what I do even if I wasn't getting paid from YouTube. Okay, you're not opposed to donating to creators. Okay, well, Okay, let me give you another little thing. Okay, there are times, sometimes like today, which nobody has today that I've seen, but there are usually times when there's so many people in chat and the screen is going by so fast that you can't catch every comment, which obviously I can, I'm staying behind. But people constantly ask you, what's your Cash App? What's your Cash App? What's your Cash App? And it's just easier just to have it readily available, which is scrolling across the bottom of your screen so that they don't have to constantly keep asking. It doesn't mean, hey, give me money. Hey, I need money. I'm begging for money. Please give me money. It's, hey guys, I'm in the process of doing something else that I consider more important than having to worry about constantly posting my Cash App. So here it is. And that way people don't have to leave the chat, go look on the page, find the Cash App, do whatever they're going to do, and then try to come back to the live chat. They can literally sit here in live chat while it's still going on, while they're still listening to what's going on, and do whatever they're going to do. And while we're discussing that, guys, let me put it this way. A lot of creators put Cash App up, and I guess we're not supposed to discuss this, but they put Cash App up because just like with the ads that we earn off of YouTube, for every thank you and super sticker and everything that goes through YouTube, they take 30% of it. If you donate $1.99 on a super sticker or whatever it is, the creator gets like $1.11 or $1.20, whatever it is. And YouTube gets the rest of it. And I've seen somebody or heard somebody the other day say, oh, well, that's just like paying taxes. You have to pay. No, it's not, because first you have to pay YouTube out of what is being given to you. And then once you get the money, you have to pay taxes at the end of the year for that money. And then you still have to pay your taxes on whatever you're going to buy with that money. So Cash App doesn't take anything out of the money that you all donate to creators. Yeah, they take 30% plus taxes. Yes. If you donate $100, Nana will only get 70. Yes. And that's why because I see that a lot too. Why are they running their Cash Apps, the super stickers and the super chats and all that still? Well, I understand you guys offer the money up out of the goodness of your heart. You donate it to the creator to try to help the creator out. But what I don't know if some of you don't know or don't realize, YouTube wants part of that too. They not only take 30% of everything we earn off the ads, they take 30% off of any money you all donate to us. And that's why creators push their Cash App. It's because they would prefer you just to Cash App any amount of money to them as to let it go through YouTube. Yes, I know I'm probably not supposed to be saying that. What? Okay, no, sorry. Cash App gives them all of the money, plus it takes YouTube a month to release your money for those super chats and stickers. Oh yeah, thanks Heather for reminding me to say that too. And I'm only saying this, guys, so that there's 106 or 369 people still in here, so maybe some of you will hear it. But when you all donate a super chat or a super sticker today, like if you donate money to me today through YouTube, I don't see that money until the 21st of next month. What I'll be getting on the 21st of this month is money that was given or paid to me from last month. So for all the people who, I mean, there's not me, but for the other people out there that do ask for money for a specific thing, like they need medicine or they need, surgery for their dog or, whatever the reason may be, and you literally are trying to help them out, and you send them a super sticker or a super chat, that it doesn't do them any good because they don't get that money until almost 30 days, or if not more than 30 days after you give it. Some people just do not know or understand how it works until you become a creator and you read the rules in the demographics, right? I got a free membership last night from Giselle, and that was so nice of her. Yes, it was. It was very nice of Giselle when she bought those. I understood what you said. If you can't spell, then I can't read. So we did just fine together, Heather Lynn. Are we speaking on anything specific, M9? Memberships is one of the best things YouTube has done for channels as long as it is not abused. The people that buy memberships for others are the kindest ever. Yes, they are. That is, because they're not only helping out the creator, but they're also helping out their fellow chatters. And that's what you're supposed to do, is be kind to others. Grace Paris, still they owe him one. Can even put it in a comment on his video. It was uncalled for, hun. He does great on his content and shouldn't have said that. No, they shouldn't have said that. And I don't even think Justin's still in here. And it breaks my heart that I even started reading it out without even knowing what it said. I'm so sorry, Justin. So Fred's court date is still the same. Sometimes these memberships are not so cheap. Yeah, well, I think I didn't know at the time. I thought it was just the cheapest that you could get when I set mine up. But I think there's one below mine. Mine's $1.99, and I think there's one for 99 cents. But I appreciate each and every viewer, mod, member, sub, person, period. You thought the banks were crooks? No, YouTube's the crook, trust me. Thanks, Donna, for all you do for summer. I have to run because of food. Going to chow and watch your other video. Oh, well, thank you, Plant Diva. Thank you for being here, sweetheart. Thank you for listening. We've been on here for almost 2 hours, so you're good, sweetheart. Okay, so she apologized. Are you happy? What are you talking about? Love you, Heather Lynn. Thank you, darling. Daisy said 24.99 and everyone ran like the wind. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I'm just listening to the to Sunflower. Okay. I agree. I'm not buying it. Hypocritical. It's not hypocritical. Huh, like 24.99 memberships to watch a video and then have the creator make it public right afterwards. Sorry, Nana's Angels, I won't say anymore. And respect your channel. No, honey, you're fine. I didn't see that you said anything in the beginning. If you're talking about the 24.99 comment, I thought it was hilarious. And that is ridiculous to do that. The chat is too fast. Seek here, are you leaving, honey? Nope, just big pharma profit. I'd research a bit, may help because so much crap is added. It's a preventative liability measure. Again, research is useful. Oh, the real Rockin' Robin. Nope, just wanted my only Nana to know I love her. Oh, I love you too, Heather Lynn. Oh, how sweet. Thank you, sweetheart. And again, if you ever need anything, sweetheart, I'm here. All you got to do is holler for me, okay? And I'll tell you, same as I tell my kids, anybody jumping on you, you come and let me know and I'll go beat them up. I promise you. Unless it's a chicken. We can't hurt the chickens. That's what I told my oldest son the other day because he was starting to holler, oh, oh, oh. And I was on the phone with him. And I said, who is it? Who's hurting you? I said, I'll take care of them for you. He's like, not. And it was, I stubbed my toe and the chicken was scratching me or something like that. I was like, oh, well, we can't bother the chickens. You got to leave the chickens alone. I can't do nothing about them. Nana, I'd be glad to talk to you about spina bifida sometime. God bless. I would love that, honey. I mean, granted, you have to understand my son is like 38 years old, but he has lived with this his whole life. And he doesn't go to a doctor. I literally can name on one hand all the times he's been to a doctor as an adult. I'm just wondering if there's anything that, I could do or, he could do that might ease his pain up because he's a concrete finisher. So, I mean, it takes a toll on him. Thought one video on the farm was $40. Oh, wow. No way. I have already read the report on opioids, Hammer Time. Thank you, Kirst. I agree. Money should be kept between the giver and the receiver. Yes. Was good being here. Thanks for the chat. Well, you're welcome, Gracie. Grace, I'm sorry, not Gracie. one person purchased it and it was made public the next day, that would have made me so mad. I would have stopped payment on my money. I've been a sub of this channel since Nana started her channel. I am not a hypocrite. I like anyone who has an opinion. Sorry, some don't agree. No, they were saying, not you were being hypocritical. I believe what they were saying was that it was hypocritical for Justin to run his Cash App and then condemn Candace. But that's not hypocritical. In my opinion, it's not. But I don't think they're talking about you. I think they were agreeing with you. Oh, I know you didn't. I'm just trying to behave. You ain't got to behave. Not at Nana's house. You're being stalked by M9. What do you mean you're being stalked by M9? Well, thank you, sweetheart, for being here. I'm so happy you were able to join us today. You have a great day, sweetheart. Wow, ridiculous. You keep saying can't cause death, then ignore the facts. I'm not the one saying that it can't cause the death. You said it in the beginning. Oh, my Lord. Yeah. Oh, heaven's sakes. Well, Daisy must be doing something right. She hit 10,000 and her numbers are still growing. Well, yippee for Daisy. Can I take care of cows, Nana? Yeah, I can. You sure can. It's a she. It's a she. Nana, you're 47. Okay. Well, think he's got that covered. Spirit Mist, I think he's got that covered. Well, except of the evening. He works in early daylight till dark, and he comes in and he stays in bed and watches YouTube until the next day when he has to get up and go to work again. That's all he ever does is work. Oh no. Um, Hang on a second, guys. This is really important. And it's a true crime thing. So, oh no. It doesn't matter. If you are listening to me and you just sent me this information, it doesn't matter what state it's in. Um, Discovering got a job for you, hon. What? Here you go. Kirst, did you say throw the link out? Oh, Vanessa, thank you. Thank you, Nana, for all you that you do for Summer and all the missing children. Thank you, sweetheart. You're such an angel. As I said, I like Justin's content, and now you explain the reason for running his app. I understand. I'm glad, honey. I mean, I wasn't trying to be hateful or condescending or anything. But yeah, I'm glad you understand that. There's many different reasons why creators do what they do, and until you walk a mile in their shoes, you'll never know. Just like with everybody else. Kirst is upset. Thank you. I'm not buying it. Thank you so much. You guys are you're truly angels. I promise you. I do not ask for it, but it is very welcomed. I'm going to put people in corners. Play nice starting now, Kirst said, or you're in trouble. Let me tell you something. She is not the one to deal with. I'm telling you. I'm not done with the bickering. Uh-oh. Robin, are you the one in trouble? She is very correct. M9, I'd rather not. I value our subs. I've never seen you confrontational, so let's just call it a cautionary conversation. I'm definitely going to have to go back and read this. M9, all I'm saying is if you were, don't. I don't know. You have a better word for it than cautionary. All of Daisy's lives are on members only, so if you want to chat, you have to be a member. Psst. Well, somebody just said, look how she's growing. Well, she ain't gonna grow like that. Listen, there's some things that I do in members only videos or live streams or whatever, and I've just started doing it. But there's some things in there that anybody can see. It's not something that everybody couldn't see, is what I'm trying to say. But I will tell you guys, you should not feel that somebody is so important that you have to pay to speak to them. I don't care whether it's a creator on YouTube or the president of the United States. Nobody is more important than anybody else. You are just as important as everybody else, and you should not have to pay to have somebody's attention. You should not have to pay to be able to speak to that person. There's nobody, especially on YouTube, there is nobody that damn special. Don't ever let anybody make you feel like you are less than them. And that damn cow over there freaking running $24.99 memberships. Please. It might help if she knew what the shit she was even talking about half the time. No way in shit in hell I'd pay to be able to speak to somebody. That's why when y'all say, don't get me wrong, I appreciate you supporting my channel. And that's why I'm trying to do something special for the people who are supporting it by, the members, that part of supporting it. Not that everybody don't support it, you do. But that's why when you say I can't afford it, or I don't make that much money, or I'm on a government check, I have to live from month to month, it's fine with me. I do understand. And I do not feel any differently about the people who pay the $1.99 a month or the people who view my videos. You are supporting the channel either way you go. And it does not hurt my feelings one damn bit that you can't afford it or that you feel you shouldn't pay it. Trust me, I doubt that there's many on here, maybe a troll or something, but there's nobody on here that I would say, no, I won't talk to you. If you called me up or you emailed me and you said, Nana, I need to talk, whether it's just advice or you're just lonesome and you need somebody in your life to talk to, or you need help, like the lady that just sent me that information and she needs help on a case, a private case, I will be here. I am here. And you don't have to give me one red dime for me to be here. And it kills me that you all feel like you have to pay people for them to talk to you. Nani Tina, thank you. You were in my very first live. How awesome. Thank you, sweetheart. Sorry, guys. It just upsets me for people to believe that they are better than everybody else. And for people to expect you to pay to be able to communicate with them is wrong. And it's just another reason why I started my channel. Because all the big creators there, or even the small creators, when I first started coming on YouTube and talking about Summer's case or asking questions, nobody would acknowledge my presence in chat. Nobody got acknowledged except for the people that threw money at them. And that pissed me off so bad. Oh, cursed. And I want to do something tomorrow, guys. I've been thinking about this, but I want to put this out there. There's still almost 300 people in here. If there are any new creators, and yes, I'm sort of stealing an old idea from another newly creator from back in the beginning. If there's any new creators out there, if your channel is below the 1,000 subs that you need, I invite you to come on at 2 o'clock tomorrow. We'll set it up for a live for 2 o'clock tomorrow, specifically for you guys to come on and tell about your channel and tell what you're doing. And it doesn't have to be true crime. It can be any channel that, if you do crafts, fine. If you do true crime, fine. If you do fans only page and you're doing a YouTube about your fans only page, fine. If you're pretending like you're being a robot or an AI or what the heck ever that is, fine. I don't care what your YouTube channel is about. If you're wanting to promote your YouTube channel because it's an up and coming YouTube channel and you're below a 1,000 subs, we're going to do our best to get you 100 subs tomorrow, if not more. Every channel that comes in here. But you have to be below 1,000 subs. Oh, thank you, Heather Lynn. And I expect to see you in here tomorrow also. And Kirst, crafting with Amy, I'm thinking it was him wanting out of his case by telling something. Huh. Jackie, thank you so much. You are loved by many, Nana. Oh, thank you, Jackie. And I love each and every one of you guys. I really, really do. You have a great afternoon, sweetheart. Remember, 2 o'clock tomorrow, okay, Heather Lynn? I expect you and Kirsten and a few others uh, to get this ball rolling tomorrow. Come up and talk about your channels and stuff, okay? That's so nice of you to do that. See you then. I will be happy to see you then, Birdie. You guys have a great day. Yes, thank you, Jackie, so much. You are an angel, hun. Thank you, Katie Ann. It's my favorite place to be, too. Jackie, thank you. That was very kind and generous of you. And I know Nana really appreciates it. I do. I very much do. You tell everyone about this channel, Nana. Oh, thank you. I have watched everything for free. If she wants to do something different for members, that's okay. All the creators do this, including Nana. I don't do it to try to exclude anybody. I'm just saying that the people who pay the $1.99 a month to support the channel, that's their way of supporting the channel. And I just think I should do something a little special for them, is all I'm saying. And that's after what, a year and a half of having a channel. I'm finally doing something for the members, so I don't think people can complain too much. And I thought Fred Hill wasn't supposed to talk about Summer's case, yet Ziggy is telling what he's texting her on her live, and it involved Summer and some clothes. He will be on lockdown again. Nana, thank you. Enjoy my time here today. Nice mods, nice chat always. Thank you, Believe. I appreciate you being here, sweetheart. I can say I will promote every channel that comes in, because some are just flat out vile creators and I don't support them, but everybody else I will promote and support by posting their links. Well, that's what I was trying to say when I was on panel earlier. What? Daisy is doing the paywall because she said she keeps getting flagged and not making money. Well, maybe she ought to control what she has on her channel better. Did anyone ever think Fred got his info from the family just because the family didn't tell everyone what happened? They could have told Fred. Good point. Yes, exploited innocence. Thank you for being here, sweetheart. Sorry if I upset you, Nana, or some of your members. Not my intention. I love your voice and your integrity. I'm not buying it. You're fine. You did not upset me. It wasn't specifically what you said. It's just a collective of everybody when they complain. I mean, and there are some creators that I disagree with, and they are out just to grab the money. But a lot of creators work very hard, and I believe they truly care. And I just don't like everybody being lumped together. You know what I mean? But you didn't upset me, honey. It's okay. I promise. I meant can't say LOL, don't support the channel or the crazy people only in semi-crazy. Ha ha ha. We all appreciate you believe. Yes. Thank you, Heather Lynn. That is what I said earlier. Either he knew by being there or from hearsay. Word of mouth, that is what I said. Should not be attacked for saying it. As a member, I wouldn't expect anything extra. I just love the soothing atmosphere. Oh, and I back you on that, Nana. I back all creators on how they run their channels. But what is being said about having to pay to chat or watch a show on Daisy's channel is not true. So she doesn't have you. Everything's not members only. And I mean, even if that's true, honey, the plain and simple fact is you can't go over there and have your own opinion about anything, or she blocks you. And that's not right either. I mean, everybody has a right to run their own channel, but I don't know how she can say that she's being fair or whatever the word might be if she doesn't let anybody have an opposing opinion about anything. You could say, how's the weather? And she'd probably tell you. You could say, the weather's, or it's raining outside, Candace, and she would block you because supposedly you're attacking Candace because you're saying you're connecting the rain and dreariness to Candace, and that's not right. Yes, I'm going overboard with the exaggeration, but you get my point. Beautiful. She privates or members only, then makes it public after a day or so. BB Diamond, Daisy will straight out say it's not worth it being here if I can't make money. Boo hoo. Flowers for summer. How sweet, Nani. How shit attracts flies. Absolutely not. It's not even subs only. It isn't Friday D-Day for Dawn and Candace. A paywall is when it is members only. You have to pay to see when it's members only. That's a paywall. Daisy said she was going to have to do members only if the haters didn't stop coming in and creating conflict, not trying to make everyone become members. I watch a few creators. Well, the funny thing is I don't see how she figures that's going to stop anything. Because even the devil knows the Bible. The devil probably knows the Bible better than me and you put together. The devil will read the Bible from front to back. Just like a hater will pay whatever price to get the dirt. So what is she going to do then? How does she explain that one away? When the haters keep coming, they're just paying the money to do it. You can't even type the word summer in the chat or you get blocked. Nana, one I can say about you is that you are well-meaning. Oh, thank you. I think that's what you meant. Debbie Nielsen, but it was. The argument between Candace and Smiley was $24.99 till the next morning. The only time you're timed out is if you are rude in chat. We have so many people who come on there for the sole reason to attack Debbie Nielsen. Oh, hold up. Hold up, honey. Listen, Linda. Let me tell you something. I don't know of a nicer person than discovering the truth. And I don't know of a person who tries to stop conflict more than discovering the truth. She goes above and beyond. Friendship, well-meaning, you name it. And this lady was in Daisy's chat being very respectful and very kind and was not trying to cause any conflict, was trying to resolve conflict. And what happens? Daisy blocked her. So please don't come over here with that bullcrap. That's not true. Daisy blocks anybody that she don't want to hear. Plain and simple, no matter who they are or what they're saying. And she doesn't care whether it's the truth or whether it isn't. Because I was there trying to tell the truth about what was said, and she did not want to hear it. And said, I don't want to hear it. So you can't tell me that crap and make me believe it. I watched some of Daisy's live last night and was able to comment, so it wasn't private at the time, but probably now, since WB pretty much threatened PG, she'll probably hide that. If she wants to stop trouble, maybe she could put her chat on subscribers only or just quit the drama altogether, but that makes her no money. Daisy knows I don't think the Wells are good people, and I have never been blocked. Well, I can't say that, can I? And I have never went in anybody's chat and was rude or confrontational or anything like that. I'm always respectful and I'm blocked as well on the farm. Exactly. And Kirst is the next. She is a sweetheart. And I mean, come on. She tried cussing me the other day just to make me mad. And I laughed because she's just not confrontational at all. Come on. Oh, what a brilliant statement, Nona. The devil sure knows the Wells and the Blyes. Yep, I was trying to mend bridges and she flat out blocked me. Yeah, she did. She will go to members only to keep them out then. If she goes to, she can't go to members only to keep haters out. All you got to do is buy the membership. This is something day and age which has now spread to the crime community. I'm not shocked over all of this, but I hope you realize I never come over here with disrespect ever. I didn't say you were being disrespectful. It just, that struck me the wrong way because discovering is not disrespectful. She's not rude. She's not crude. She never tries to start nothing. And you said only people that go over there and start stuff get blocked. Discovering was doing everything that she could to stop the lies that were being told to Daisy. She was trying to clear the water, like she said, mend bridges, and they blocked her. I wasn't meaning you were being disrespectful. And I get passionate. And for the people who know me, you know I get passionate and I get loud, and it does not reflect on who I am. It's just because I get loud don't mean I'm mad, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm not trying to yell or be condescending to anybody or be disrespectful. I just get loud because I get passionate. Daisy's even said to her own sister and say, let's cause some shit. Nani says, more money, more drama equals more money. They know what they're doing. Nana, did you blame Daisy for the crazy troll like she set it up herself? Yes. I didn't blame her for it. I said I wouldn't put it past her and Dawn and Candace. Yes. Because she simply laughed and said that more than likely it wasn't her sister before the person ever started talking or anything. It was like she knew before it ever happened that wasn't Jinkies. And then guess what? It wasn't Jinkies. And how many views did she get on that? How many people went back to watch and to listen? How many times did they re-click on that video to watch it, to hear that person growl, to see what was said? Think about it, guys. Use y'all's brains. Think like a creator. Think like a creator who wants more money, more views, more clicks. Why do you need to create more, better, newer content when you can make one piece that's interesting enough that would get multiple views, multiple clicks, just to either prove or disprove something? Think about it. Hate me if you want to, but that's my opinion. And like buttholes, everybody has one. And every damn one of them stinks to high heavens, guarantee it. It's all about the cha-ching. Right now, as we speak, the membership is at $2.99, $6.99, and $24.99. That's a big jump there. Daisy knows drama attracts views. When I first joined, she seemed sweet, but sent from a puppy to a T-Rex. No, a hater was probably grifted a membership and will clip her stuff either way it gets out. True. I've heard it told Jinky tells her no and to stop. The whole thing was nothing but a game to Daisy. Exactly. Honey, how do you know she wouldn't do that? I mean, serious, Laura. Lori, how would you know that she wouldn't do that? You don't know her personally. You don't know her off of YouTube. You don't know for sure what she would or wouldn't do. She may be completely innocent and I may be completely wrong. I grant you that. I could be talking out of the other side of my head. I admit that. But think about it. How many views did that one video, or both those videos, live streams, whatever you want to call them, how many views do you think they got after people went back and listened again and listened for the third and fourth and fifth and sixth time? And then they told their friend over here, oh, you ought to have seen what was on Daisy's. Lord, did you hear that person growling? Hey, did y'all go listen to that? Y'all got to go see it. Here, let me pull it up. Let me listen, or let me show you what it did. What he sounded like. Oh, hey, can we guess who that is? Let's guess by the person's voice. Do you get the point? Even if it's not real, she's going to get views. I try to like you, but I'm disappointed. Sweetheart, I have disappointed so many people in my life. It's okay. You're probably number 699,423. When it's your turn, I'll holler at you, okay? I didn't say that I know you don't know her. I said, how do you know? Do you know her? Is what I said. And if you don't know her, then how do you know? If you do know her, like I said, I could be wrong. I just don't happen to think I am. Yeah, exactly. And Candace immediately, before anything happens, Candace drops down so that the sole attention can be on just that right there. Lori, as we get older, we grow wiser and learn to read people better. Yes, absolutely. I personally think she got her grandchild to do the growl and she recorded it. Well, you know, something else in that was when she asked that one question, do y'all think it's her or something like that? And whoever was doing the grunting was, come on. See, if it's supposedly a demon, like they were trying to let on, that damn demon ain't going to sit there and answer questions. Please. I hope you do, hon. I'm not trying to offend you. What comes up comes out. And I can't apologize for that because that's who I am. That's good. I'm glad they did. Okay, Lori, then you're wiser. You're one of us, right? I think it's clear she didn't set it up. FBI was called by a lot of people. She wouldn't have a channel right now. Had she done that, it's just common sense. No, it's not. What is the FBI going to do? You had somebody growl on your channel. So therefore, we're taking your channel down. You're not allowed to do that. Of course, all these huge Hollywood filmmakers can have people act like they're Red Roman people and horrible monsters and mayhem can break out on the screen. But you, my lady, you're a YouTuber. You're to more of a standard, so you're not allowed to have somebody come on your channel for entertainment purposes only and growl. FBI ain't gonna shut her down. Please. I got to get off here before I say something. I promise you, I got to get off here before I say something. Oh, Lord, are you being called a suck up cursed? What about the threats, honey? Dawn and Candace, do you not remember the Boston thing? You really think Dawn and Candace wouldn't go that far? And even if they didn't word for word give it to them, you're trying to tell me that they couldn't have possibly, I'm not saying they did it, but by chance, could they have hired or just literally talked somebody into calling into Daisy's channel and doing that for them? Okay, so they didn't give them the script and this person took it upon themselves to say all the stuff they said. But oh my Lord. I think you guys are so sweet. Lori and Debbie, y'all are wonderful. Y'all are wonderful, sweet, sweet ladies. And I thank God every day that there are still sweet people like you all on this earth. That you can't see anything bad in somebody. Jody Sue Brown said, a math head will do anything for $20, just saying. And that's so true. With a growler did was the same as a wet a boy with you at a girl's slumber party. What? They're just having fun. Okay. There you go, Robin. Bless their picking hearts. I love you, Nana, and I love your channel. I never say anything against you and will not. Sweetheart, I appreciate that. I really do. And I mean no disrespect to you guys. I promise you I don't. And I meant every word I said just then about being thankful to the good Lord above that there are people like you and Lori who believe people can still be kind and not be dirty, not have an agenda. I used to like listening to the farm a lot. They discussed Jesus and they even prayed for our son that sadly passed. Crystal, I'm so sorry. But lately it just tears my nerves all to pieces. Not the same channel anymore. You don't believe she's in a medical profession. She has no people skills. Well, just because she don't have a bedside manner, or a good one anyways, don't mean she's not in a medical profession. It just means she ain't no darn good at it. You need a shirt made of tumbler that says, bless their pea-picking hearts. There you go. There you go. Thank you. I'm got me a t-shirt now. I've got me a t-shirt. One of my mods helped me remember that because you know darn well I'm going to forget it. I'm hearing some things about Daisy that are not true at all. I'm sorry, but it's true. Thank you, Heather Lynn. I appreciate that, sweetheart. She got her members to buy her a pool when her and her husband owned 2 properties. Go figure. Well, of course, go figure. Somebody, that's the only people that ever get money is the ones that don't need it. There's a lot of cows in the medical profession and even 1 or 2 roosters. Thank you, Kirst. Yep, she did. I'm sure. Somebody did. Let you up, Kirst. Why didn't you say something before now? Paste. Kirst, I dropped that for you. Oh, you asked me to let you up 30 minutes ago, huh? People will use different profiles. You never really know who you're talking to. I agree. Oop, there I go, begging, but she can do it, and it is okay. Who was Cotton Simpson? He's just an old soul from Rogersville, Tennessee, who wound up passing from either an accident or on purpose on the February the 14th of this year, who has been connected to Fred Hill. Yeah, it was 30 minutes ago, but you're more than welcome to still come up. Lori, remember when Daisy mentioned she would be selling t-shirts when she hit the 10K mark? I asked her a couple of times and she was passed over. Oh, and was passed over. Sherry, come up here on panel. There's the link. Hey, Emily. Sherry. I'm a recovering math addict. I don't count anymore on my abacus. That's a good one, Sherry. Sherry, I asked you to come up. Grab that link. Not all things are what they seem. I agree. Shoot, I missed PG on Daisy's last night. Cursed. I called Discovering up and wanted to play a game, and while she was trying to finish up what she was doing so we could play a game, I fell asleep talking to her. Well, I guess Sherry ain't gonna come up. Cursed, I was in Kingsport doing flyers and stuff. I'll have to watch it. Fred and his family used to own that whole Ben Hill area, right? Hence Hill last name. That whole Ben Hill area, right? Hence Hill last name. You'll have to turn your YouTube off, babe. You'll have to turn your YouTube off, babe. You'll have to turn your YouTube off, babe. There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
am I
What?
off camera?
You have to mute it.
There you go. Am I off camera?
You have to mute it.
Am I off camera?
You have to mute it. You have to mute it.
How's that?
Okay, I guess.
How's
Yeah.
that?
Nope. You're still echoing.
Okay, I've turned the TV down.
Okay.
And now it's just thee and me and your subscribers.
Okay, you're good, sweetheart. Now I can, yeah, I'm not echoing now.
Okay, that's great. Good evening, Nana's angels.
Good evening, darling. I miss seeing you. I know you come up a couple of times on panel.
I have. I've watched you off. Well, I say watch, but I generally listen to your program, and I've listened to you since probably since the beginning, because when that little darling girl went missing, I was just all over it like a bloody huge rash, and
Yeah.
it was weird for me. The weirdest thing. And the reason that it got my attention is because probably a lot of people in the USA don't know about this guy who was supposedly he was a funny artist. His name was Benny Hill. I don't know if many of you.
Yeah.
You know about Benny Hill. I mean, he was a bit of an idiot.
He was a comedian. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a complete idiot. But before I go on with that, I just want to say to anyone who's listening this evening is that I didn't mean to be mean to Justin. Okay.
Okay.
I watch all of these, and I think and I hope that I've put my point across that, and you've helped me to get a bottom line on it. And it wasn't.
Hang on 1 second, Alexandra. Alexandra, can I interrupt you for just 1 second, honey? Listen, I don't know who's saying what to Sherry. Sherry is welcome in this chat anytime she wants to come, just the same as everybody else. And it don't matter if she spreads words or goes and tells what she knows. I will personally tell Daisy if she wants to come over here and listen to what I've said. That's not a problem. Sherry, you are welcome here, and you don't need anybody's permission to come.
And thank you, Nana. Thank you, Nana, for the link. And I love your name. The reason that I found your channel is because that's what I used to call my grandma. She was called Nana. It's
really
in the UK. I'm from the south, as you probably can hear from my accent that I don't have one. The people in the south don't have an accent. We're too prim and proper and too. We don't have a northern accent, you know. It's like that, or Liverpool, or you know. We are too prim and proper in the south.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I can guarantee you do not sound like you're from the south, not the south of the United States, anyways.
No, I'm not from the south of the United States, because if I was, I'd talk like you. I'll be getting my pistol out, shooting everybody up. Oh, God. There are many days, I'm going to tell you, Nana, there are many days that I, listen to your program. I don't always watch it, because this time of night, I'm usually in bed because I have to go to work the next morning. But I catch you on the next day, and I think, oh, that was Anna. What was she on about? And there were other people that I go, fast forward, backtrack, fast forward, backtrack. Oh, what did she say? Oh, that was good. Right. But I love your program. I do. I love your content. And I love, as I said before in one of my little chat things, I said, I love your integrity.
Thank you.
And there, someone said to me, I think it was Beautiful Sunflower, that said to me, name 5 people that don't charge. And I'm like, well, no, that don't put their banner across. I said, well, for one, there was you, Nana. I
Right.
think you were 6th on the list. But to be fair, it was like, well, okay, CLL, and I bunged all these people off. I was like, don't come at me. I'm just trying. What I was trying to say, lovely, is that it pisses me off that darling little girl has gone missing within 2 to 10 minutes, according to her mother, without a bloody trace. And her father, who says, oh, I wasn't even there that day, but actually knows more than anyone.
Right.
And we were all supposed to go, oh, yeah, we all believe you. Well, no, we fucking don't. And I'm sorry to say that I shouldn't have said that word. We don't effing believe you, Don, that you weren't home that day. I believe he was home that day. At some point, I believe that Don was home that day. I would love to get him in my lounge. I'd say to him, come to my house. I'll pay for your bloody ticket. Just sit down and talk to me. Tell me what happened that day. Tell me what happened the day before. Without a spotlight, without a camera, although I probably have one there planted surreptitiously.
You're fine.
But there's something these parents are not telling us. And the shit that's coming out of the holler from Jodie Sue Brown, I mean, what she's done, frankly, she needs to be put in jail. If she is saying, if Jodie Sue Brown is sitting there on bloody YouTube going, I knew this was happening, I knew that was happening, I knew the kids were being given sedatives. Well, really? Well, it was incumbent upon you, Jodie Sue Brown, as to everybody in Tennessee, that if you see something, you say something. But you decided to go, oh, well, it was my old man that was giving the kids the drugs. So I thought it best if I say nothing.
Right.
Just really, really, really grates on me. As it does everybody. This poor little darling girl.
I agree 100%, hon. Like Emily says, Don Wells is a professional liar.
Absolutely. I love that. Don Wells is a professional liar. I love the way you speak. I love your voice. It's so... You think it's probably just like normal, but I just love your voice. Like Don Wells is a professional liar. You could be in Hollywood.
I love your accent just as much, sweetheart. I remember the first time I ever met anybody from England, or I say England, I know everybody over there calls it UK, whatever. It's all the same to me.
It's not, though, is it? It's not, though, is it? Because you could speak to somebody like me who lives in the south of England, and we pronounce our syllables very precisely, but up in the Leeds or up in the north of England, they talk like that.
Yeah.
Whereas down in the south, we speak like that, and we pronounce the T's and we dot our I's. And I don't mean that horribly, but there are certain areas in the UK. It's this tiny, weeny, binky, dinky, winky little country. But even in Cornwall, which is the most prettiest county in the entire world, as far as I'm concerned, that's the really prettiest. That is the really prettiest accent you will ever hear. because they
Well,
don't talk like that. They talk like that.
I was a kid when I met them. They worked for my mother and my father and my grandmother in Miami, Florida. They would come over and stay 6 months over here and then have to go back and stay 6 months. And I loved their, I don't know if England, UK, British, whatever accent it is, whatever it is. They were from England though, but they would come over and help take care of my grandmother and stuff and take care of the house for my father and stuff. And I loved their their accent. Their names were Jack and Violet. I loved them to death. I loved them, and I loved their accent.
I bet they loved yours more. Because
Probably.
I love yours. I can tell you now, I love yours more than anyone I've ever worked with. And I've worked with Londoners. You know, they talk all like that. they chat all like that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You've got a wonderful voice. And as I said, the reason I rang or called into your show was to just say I didn't intend any malice.
No, I didn't. I did not think you did, hon. I just wanted to try to explain that different creators do different things for a specific reason. And like I said, I don't think Justin actually needs the extra money. I mean, he doesn't seem to be a person that's hurting for money, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
But it's easier, like for some creators to have it scroll, so they don't have to continuously.
It was when you said that sometimes people say, what's your cash app? Blah, 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 blah. Sometimes when you say, sometimes it's easier for them to just put it across the bottom of their screen rather than have the public saying, what is your, that's when you put it into perspective for me.
Right.
Do you understand? No, I shouldn't say do you. I should say you do, because you're not unintelligent.
Thank you. Sandra Latham, thank you. Nana, I know for sure Sevierville, Tennessee takes care of their people that comes in with addictions. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you saying that. And I know they do too.
You see, that's really lovely of that Sandra Latham to say that. I live in a county that probably does have its fair share of drug addiction, drug abuse, I don't know, alcohol abuse, but I don't know, in the set, maybe I'm shielded, maybe I've just shielded myself, quarantined myself away from all these people. But to me, in the little village that I live, and I know to you guys, a village is like probably about 400 miles across, but
No. A little village, it's just a small town. We don't have we don't have villages, we have towns. So
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, we have towns, and a town is probably encapsulates probably about, I don't know, 40 to 60 miles circumference. If you put a little compass on the map, that would be Dover. You know, it's like 20 miles and 40 miles. If you take Kent is very tiny, and you've got East Sussex that borders into West Sussex, and they're very tiny. I mean, the whole island is really tiny, and I'm afraid it's about to sink with the amount of migrants that would keep popping onto it and going, oh yeah, come aboard. I'm thinking, please don't come aboard. It's tiny. Our little island is going to sink under the weight of all these people.
You said 40 to 60 miles across or in circumference? Sweetheart, in the town that I live in, the actual town, downtown, you can literally, a person that's in good shape can walk from literally the edge of town, city limits, to city limits in maybe 20 minutes.
What does city limits mean? That's always intrigued me, Nana. What does city limits mean? Because I don't think we have that here. We
Okay,
don't have city limits.
what would be your town border? But okay, like you said, South Sussex and goes into West Sussex, right? The
Yeah.
line that divides the two. Well, say you're in the same. Okay, down in Hawkins County, because I know you know a lot about Hawkins County. Rogersville, what would be downtown Rogersville? That is the city limits, the line that encircles Rogersville. Anything outside of Rogersville that's not another town is in the county. So within the
Okay.
city limits.
Okay. So in my vicinity, something like your your listeners are probably going to go, what the fuck is she talking about? But Headcorn, for instance, you've got Maidstone, which is the county town of Kent,
Yeah,
and then you've got Canterbury, which is the cathedral city of Kent,
right.
and
Okay.
those areas that surround, you've got the Medway towns, which are really quite grim. You know, they're the grim areas. Sorry to say that to people who live in Medway, but you know it's true. And then you've got something like Ashford and Folkestone. You know, this little area that encapsulate Kent.
Right.
You've got various different areas.
If you take and put an imaginary line around Cathedral City, what encompasses Cathedral City, that would be your city limits.
Oh, right.
So anything outside those city limits would be considered either another town or the county. And so
The
if you
county. I've got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay, so if
Okay,
you
I
take
get
and
it.
walk from
So,
one line of city limits, because our town, the town I live in, is like a big cross. And you got two main roads that crisscross in the middle of town. And you can take and walk from one edge of town to the other in like 20 minutes, both directions. So it's not that big. Like downtown, we have, I think it's 4,000 people that live in the city.
and that's called the city.
Yeah,
You
that's
see, where I live, if we have 4,000 people that live in our town, which we probably do, and the well, what you call the city limits and the outer city limits is probably what we call villages.
probably.
We call the main town, and the little bits out of it are called villages.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And the reason I'm saying this to you is because I'm trying to understand Hawkins County, the 110. Because when they said 110 Ben Hill Road, and when they showed us, I was thinking, where the bloody hell are 110 houses?
It's
But it's the one.
It's not always 110. They
No,
allot for different addresses, so they'll go so many addresses up to the next house, and just in case like the property gets sold and divided up, they still have those addresses that they can use. So
got you.
it doesn't mean that there's 110 different houses there.
No, you see, that's where I was really confused when I saw the aerial view and thought, where the bloody hell are 110 houses? You know, 110 houses. Christ almighty. I mean, we can go along one road here, like the London Road, in any
Right.
direction in England. You can go London Road from, I don't know, from Dartford to I don't know, Gravesend, for instance. That will be that will be one part of the London Road, the A2. In this country, the A2 runs directly from Dover right up to God knows where. I mean, it just hangers off left, right, and centre. But it's because the Roman road, because that's where the Romans settled over here, and they call it the A2.
Yeah.
You can have but we don't have the 100 block. We will go, oh, we'll separate our county or district counties, separate those into little areas. So they'll go, oh, that'd be London Road, or that'd be Lewes Road, or Cranbrook Road, or, you know, where I live, which is in the south, you know, and I live in the Weald. I live in the Weald of Kent, which is an extremely beautiful, pretty part of England. Probably the best part of England.
May says, my partner is from Midway, cheeky cow. May, is that something bad?
May. I love her. I love her humour. I love your humour, May. Yes, you're from the Medway towns, and that just says it all, lovely. With your humour, I knew you were from Medway. You're brilliant, lovely. I love you. I love May. She's so funny, and she gets on lots of other channels like I do, because we're all trying to get closure for this little darling girl. But I love May. She's brilliant. Oh, bless you, May. We'll have to meet up.
Ellie Mae says she's from Blackpool.
Oh, that's a million miles away. No, it's not really a million miles away, but Elle May, lovely. Blackpool is lovely. I've got aunties who live in that area. Oh, how lovely is this?
Yes, May
It's
is
so
loved
lovely.
by many.
May. She is loved by many. I love her. I love her humour. She's such a funny.
Jackie says I'm from the forest
I
of
say she. Do you know, the thing is, I say May she, because I think May, like, I associate with that.
She is a she.
Oh, good.
I think. Anyways, Jackie says they're from the Forest of Dean area. Karen says Belfast. Ellie Mae says Lancashire. Lancashire. Okay, sorry. We say Shire.
Lancashire. You always pronounce the shires.
Yes, we
like it's a shire horse. Like it's a shire horse. Lancashire. It's a shire.
Well, I'm almost positive there's some words that you wouldn't be able to pronounce in English too.
I'm sure there are.
Southern Appalachian language, should I say.
Oh, gosh. I can't even pronounce the... You know, you say you come from Appalachian. Say it for me.
What? Appalachian?
Appalachian. That
No,
I couldn't say that.
Say Appa.
Appa.
Like Latchin.
Lanchin.
No, latch. In. Latch. In.
Appalachian.
No, say latch. Like you latch the door.
Appalachian.
Yes. There you go.
Appalachian. Appalachian.
Yeah. Like Appa, like an Appaloosa horse. Appa. Latch, as in you latch the door. In. I-A-N. In. Almost like Ian.
Appalachian.
No, it's Appalachian.
Appalachian.
Just listen, I don't care as long as you don't pronounce it Appalachian. We don't call it Appalachian.
I'm never going to get it. I'm never going to be able to pronounce it properly, but I'll do my best without wrecking it.
You're fine. Like I said, you can pronounce it any way you want to, as long as you don't say Appalachian. I can't stand it when people say that.
I do pronounce it Appalachian. I do, on the quiet. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell any of your listeners. Keep
Well,
it under your hat.
it's
Especially don't
Appalachian.
tell that. Especially don't tell that May May. She'll come after.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Lord.
Oh, listen, lovely. It's wonderful to talk to you. So lovely. And thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. You are welcome up here
Thank
just like everybody else is anytime.
I know. Do you know, I love your channel. And like I said, I've followed you. I can't say from day one. That would be unfair and a little bit too much claiming something that I'm not worthy of. But I have followed you because as soon as Summerwell's hit, like I said, I didn't even know what it was about. All I saw was this Ben Hill on YouTube, and I thought, what the bleeding hell is that? Benny Hill? What?
So you got
And
interested in
I
the name.
no, I just saw Ben Hill and thought, Ben Hill, what the hell is that? And it resounded something in my childhood, Benny Hill.
Right.
And I thought, what? And I clicked on it, and it was on the 16th of, 16th of June, 2 days after my brother's birthday. And I thought, the bloody hell was that? Benny Hill? Oh, what's this going on? And then I heard the seriousness of what this sign meant. And I was hooked. Line and sinker.
Well,
And there were many people that were covering it. I listened to the news. I heard the first person I heard was Crime, Lies and Lines Brooks.
right.
She
She's
was
from over
covering
there.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
she's
she,
right.
yeah, and I thought, what the, and so of course with YouTube, I don't know whether it goes on algorithm, how it goes, but when I clicked on it, and I thought, what the hell is this about? Clicked on the next one, it was Brooks, and she was doing her commentary, and I thought, oh, I love her voice. How beautiful is that? And she was so enthusiastic and so cutthroat about it without being mean. She was cutthroat. She was like, I'm going to go for this. I want to know what's going on. What's going on? And I loved her and I followed her from day one of the 16th of June 2021. I followed her channel. I still have been on her lives. I still email her. We still email each other. She's a lovely, beautiful lady, unpretentious, but no holds barred. Bit like yourself.
Right.
I've got on the screen, it says Appalachian.
Yes. And that's how you pronounce it.
Appalachian. Okay. And where I come from, lovely, I'm county. The reason we're called county is because of the way we pronounce our words.
Yeah.
So in my area, like Kent, I don't know about my May, she probably going, I don't know, I think I might pronounce them a little bit different to you. I do love May May. I love her humour. She cracks me up.
I love May May too.
Anyway,
That
I'm
means-
going to get off here. I'm going to get off here and leave you to your. I've interrupted it enough, and I'm sorry, and I didn't mean to. That's the reason I called
fine.
in to say I didn't mean to, make anybody feel uncomfortable. It's not my stance.
It's okay, hon.
I
You're
guess-
fine.
I guess I'm just pissed off with people come crawling out of the woodwork like bloody Jodie Sue and Delbird calls and going, oh, this I know, this I know. Well, why didn't you say that before?
Exactly.
Really? If people had opened their mouths and said, I've just seen something that I'm not comfortable with, you can ring the 911 anonymously. In our country, you can ring 101. It takes about 24 hours to get through, but you can say, I've just seen something that I'm not comfortable with. I just would like to put it on record. That's all it takes. You don't have to give your name, your number, your email, nothing. You just say, this is what I've seen in my area. This is going on in that house. Address number 47, Acacia Drive, and I'm not happy. Please investigate.
Well, Alexandra, I want to thank you again, sweetheart, for donating to the channel and supporting the channel.
You're welcome, lovely. I know it was only £1.99. But we all start off in small places that grow.
Yes.
Plant an acorn and see how a tree grows.
I agree.
I love you, Nana.
I love you too, hon.
I love you. When I say I love you, I don't know you, but I love your content. I love your voice. I love what you're doing for this darling little child.
Thank you.
That child should go missing. I can remember when my little granddaughter, she was 2.5, I left her in the orchard with my husband at the time, and said to him, I've just got to go and get the video camera. And I walked from the orchard, which was 30 trees, from there to the east, to the west garden, past the pool, went into the house, 3 stories high, to get the video camera, came back down and went, where's the baby? He went, I'm not going to mention any names on here, but where's the baby? He went, what? Tackling, struggling with a bloody tree. I went, where's the baby? He went, oh, I thought she followed you. And I went, for fuck's sake. I then legged it back up to the house because I knew I closed the front door behind me.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, I'm glad you remember that. And I found her sitting on the back doorstep. I opened the door and she's going, blah, blah, black sheep, have you any more?
Cursed. What are you doing?
She wasn't.
I'm still walking the pooch.
You're walking the pooch.
I'm still
I think that's a bad thing to say.
Why?
I think that has a double meaning, child. Oh my Lord. I just said that out loud on you're walking the pooch.
She's not listening. She thinks she has to pee in everybody's yard.
Well,
hello, Kirsty Curiosity. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? I'm
good.
Oh, hold on. Let me turn off my Facebook. I always have feedback. Doggone it. I hate that.
All right. Well, thank you, Alexandra.
Oh, did she leave?
No, I thought she was dropping down though.
Yeah, it might not be the best time to get on. It's a little loud.
I love the blue sky you have there, Kirst. It's beautiful.
What is it?
The blue sky. She said she loves the blue sky.
Oh, yeah. I thought you guys would like that. Yeah.
Beautiful. Tonight is dark here, so I'm going to drop off here. Thank you, Nana.
Thank you, Alexandra.
Thank you for allowing me to put my point across, to speak with you and have a laugh with you and all of your subscribers and members. Love you all.
You're very welcome, sweetheart. Thank you for coming up.
Thank you, Nana. Thank you, and I appreciate you.
From you.
First, they're wanting to see the poopy dog.
Okay, I'll leave you to Cass. Good night.
Right. Good night.
You're seeing her back end. I don't know. What are you seeing? I can't
nothing.
tell.
The sky and the tree.
Hold on. Come here.
Mohawk Mom says those are nice clouds.
Come here. Look, were you eating grass? Yeah. There you go. Come
You're such a good mod for the channel.
on.
I'm so proud of you. Much better mod than Robin.
I take one for the team. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
I've walked a mile. That's why I'm huffing, to be fair.
Okay, good.
Yeah, okay.
We're just seeing your forehead though. We're not seeing the poopy dog. Is Robin still in here?
What, you want me to follow my dog's butt the whole time?
Well, no, you could stop the dog and call it so it
Because
can
I'm
turn around.
behind the dog. I can't tell what my camera's looking at. That's why I'm just holding it up. Well, earlier I was trying to get a point across, but I think we might have to start over on that because that's a Fred Hill thing.
Well, go ahead.
Man, not with my notes. So he said, okay, so Ziggy says, who? And he goes, get my memory back together. She said, is it a person that was in jail? And he said, no, they fell off a cliff. So my first question was, he said they fell off a cliff on the backside of Laurel. My first question was, has it been put out publicly that Cotton fell off a cliff? Did that come out before he said that?
And are you there?
Or
you got okay. Wait a minute. Well, you cut off after you asked the question, it just stopped. So we were waiting for an answer.
Oh, no, I said when Fred said Cotton fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
Was that the first time we heard that?
You're asking me? I thought you were asking somewhere else. I was saying I don't know.
You think I'm asking my pooch?
Yes. No, I thought you said you were asking somebody else. I'm trying to explain to Robin that I didn't mean it when I said that.
See, I told you it's another live. Yeah.
No, it's not another live. That was the first time I heard anything about Cotton, period. I had never heard his name to begin with. Now, the Mountain Man, when he said something about the Mountain Man, I remember hearing about the Mountain Man earlier on in the case.
Hold on, just walked in the house. Go, Pooch, get you some water.
Emily Narb says she heard it before.
Well, that's what I thought I heard too. It wasn't new information. I'm just trying to pinpoint what the new information is. So I was going back over his words, what he had said.
I'm going to grab a drink real quick while you're trying to find your...
Yeah, I just...
Or... Okay, Real Rock and Robin says yes, that Cotton was only mentioned when Fred went to jail. See, that's what I thought. But now I remember hearing about the Mountain Man earlier on. Sorry, guys. I had to grab a drink. I'm thirsting to death.
Shoo, me too. I earned that Pepsi. Okay.
It is only because Christine ran with her version. Oh, I missed something.
Okay, what do I got here?
It was in the paper, I believe. I heard it before Fred. Faded Jeans says. Well, if it's in the Rogersville Review or something, please, can you provide us with a screenshot of that or a copy of it or something? Robin says the Mountain Man was mentioned numerous times throughout the case. Cotton was mentioned on the jail phone call with Ziggy.
Okay, where he goes, it's at 1857. He said they were trying to go to the cave. They were trying I'm not pointing out they, because I don't think he said they as in there was more than one. I think that was how y'all speak down there. They want something. You know
All
what I
right.
mean? So he said,
Yins need to watch how yins talk about us mountain people.
hey, well, it's important because I don't think he was meaning more than one person.
I agree with you. Yes.
He said they were trying to go to a cave, and then so that tells me what he was trying to say was well, Cotton passed away far after Summer disappeared, right? And his death was in February. And the cause of this death was whatever it was. What is Fred trying to say? That Cotton was moving her that day? Going to the cave?
I'm assuming. That's the way I understood it.
He says, started out at first at the park. What started out at first?
Waterfall thing is?
Yes. Yep.
Like this.
That's where it started out at first.
That's where it started out at first.
Isn't that where that waterfall thing is?
Yes.
Why'd you stop playing it?
But, well, because it's just scattered. How long was he in jail when this interview? Had he been in there long?
22 days.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't mathed up.
No.
He was clear thinking.
Right.
It's jumbo mumbo to me.
Debbie Nielsen, as far as I know, he was not. He was just arrested for dealing and housing a product.
Well, on the charge, it says all four. It says what? Possession, selling. I don't know those words.
I don't think it's illegal to have it in your body.
Wouldn't that be consuming it?
That's alcohol. I personally, I could be wrong, guys. Seriously, really wrong here. But I do not believe that you can be charged with having a substance in your body unless you are on probation already. You get in trouble for using it if they catch you actually in the act or previously in the act. You can get in trouble for that, selling it, having it in your possession. But if there's nothing else around and they have no reason and they test your blood, you cannot be arrested because something is in your system.
I don't know.
Have you ever heard of anybody being arrested because something was in their system?
No, not in that way.
Because there's plenty of drug addicts and non-drug addicts that go to the hospital because they have OD'd. They have nothing on their person, no product or anything like that. And they are literally ODing from the product. You don't see the cops come in and arrest them as soon as they save their life. Because it's not illegal to have it in your system. It's illegal to actually go through the process of getting it in your system. Somebody needs to look that up.
I think there's a fine line on that one.
There really isn't, though. Seriously. Think
When
about
they're saying there's a difference between drinking a beer and having beer in your system. They didn't see you drink the beer at the bar, but you sure can get a DUI.
You can get a DUI for driving while intoxicated. Okay, take that same person who drank a beer and they go to the hospital because they broke their toe, they got into a fight, whatever. And they get their blood tested. They do not go to jail simply because they have alcohol in their system. They go to jail because of the fight, the wreck, driving while intoxicated, that kind of thing. But they don't.
I think you can get a DUI as long as the keys are in the ignition and you are behind that wheel.
Well, yeah, but still, you're getting a ticket or going to jail because they think you're driving, not because you're actually drunk.
Where's this coming from anyway? What is this? Where are we?
Talking about him being high. I'm just saying, or somebody asked a minute ago if he went to jail because he was high. Yeah.
Oh.
Or did he get arrested because he was high?
I don't think so. I think he got arrested because he got busted for selling it. Yeah. Yeah. I just asked if he had drugs wondered if he had drugs in his system at the time he was interviewing with Ziggy to just kind of mumbo jumbo all this stuff he was saying, because it does tend to sound like he knows something.
Right.
I mean, we won't know until Ellie comes out if they found Summer. They would have looked for her before he did this interview. People were looking to see if people were out at Warriors Park looking for her. This would have already happened.
Right.
So, if her remains were found, yeah, I'd say Fred Hill knows something. Why would he have not come out with this before going to jail? That's why I thought he said something in the first place. You know how people do deals. I'll tell you this if you let me out. That's what I thought the whole thing was. So I didn't pay much attention to it. But with this Polly being a little sketchy, not so sure. I had faith in Fred.
You have faith in Fred? Is that what you said?
I did.
Oh, you did? I did too.
I did.
I did too.
And my thoughts were, if someone other than the parents had something to do with it, it was for sure someone from the holler. Has to be. Just has to be. And then his name is one of the first ones that pop up for me.
So, do you think there's a possibility that Don and Candace may not have had anything to do with it?
Yeah, there is a possibility.
No, do you believe it's a likely possibility?
A likely possibility that they didn't?
Yes.
No. Something still tells me, and I don't know why. It's just a gut instinct that I would still tie it back to Candace.
Moonshine Girl's back. I heard Ellie had suspicions about Cotton's death because his body was so far from his four-wheeler. Four-wheelers unalive a few people every year around here.
Did he
Moonshine
fall
Girl.
off a four-wheeler?
No, he was too far away from his four-wheeler. That's why Ellie was suspicious. Would you care to come up on panel? Please. Kirst, I don't want you to go nowhere either. Don't drop down.
Okay. Who are you talking to?
Moonshine Girl. She's the one that knows the family. She's friends with the family. Friends of the family. She's the one that was in here earlier.
That'd be great.
I'm going to drop the link for Moonshine Girl. Oh, she can't. She says she's at work. Okay, well, what was that guy's name a minute ago?
Kenneth Moody.
Moonshine Girl, can you tell us if Kenneth Moody is actually related to them or was Cotton's best friend? I think he said he was a cousin.
Yep, he's a good friend and cousin.
Because, I mean, if he's not, then I'm not going to worry about trying to contact this man.
So far from his four-wheeler.
Shauna Martez, if that's how you feel, sweetheart, you have every right to your opinion.
Yeah. Most definitely.
I work with a cousin of his, so I don't know that. So you don't know the guy named Kenneth Moody or Mooney?
It's Moody with a D.
Okay, Moody.
I can't find nothing on Cotton. I don't know if I'm just not searching right, but I'm hitting images, news.
There's people been looking ever since his name was brought out. Nobody that I know of has been able to find anything. Okay, so she says no, she don't know. Any more thoughts, sweetheart?
No, not right now. Because I like to try to make sense when I talk, and my mind's mumbo jumboed at the moment.
Okie dokie.
Do you have any more thoughts?
Actually, I really don't. We have been on here for 3 hours and 43 minutes, so I would say we probably need to go ahead and try to end on a good note.
Can we have dinner now?
Yeah, can we cook dinner now? Yeah, everybody is given permission to get off here and go cook dinner.
Cool.
All right, guys. I love you for being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here for so long. I appreciate your support, your brainstorming, your ideas. And don't forget to thank the good Lord above for letting you wake up one more day and try to do it all over again. Make sure and hug your kids and tell them how much you love them, and call your parents, guys. If you are still lucky enough to have them around, call them and make sure that they understand that you appreciate everything they did for you. And I will see you guys on live tomorrow. Please don't forget, any new channels under 1,000 subscribers, please come join us. Be ready to pitch your channel, talk about your channel, talk about yourself, whatever you got to do. And I will see you guys at 2 o'clock. And if you know of any new channels, spread the word, okay? I want to get them all some airtime and get them some subscribers, okay? And I will see you guys tomorrow.